Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Despite some technical issues from last night, SVDS Round 1 will continue. Our qualifying session was really awesome, and we saw some incredibly talented drivers last night. Our top 5 being Ernestus Jacoboulos with a 95, William Holloway with a 92.3, Barna Pagazdi with a 90, Vitaly Izev with an 89.6, and finally Cameron Mustard with an 89.3. With scores this close, I'm not sure what's going to happen today. I mean, top 32 is going to be super exciting. These drivers are going to be pushing for inches to get the judges' favor and make sure that they are on top. So, Alex, without further ado, if you could read off who our first group of drivers is going to be.
Yeah, so our first group of drivers is going to be, first battle is going to be Ernestas Jacoboulos versus Adam Hardman, Jason Cave versus Kieran Bond, Marcel Sadzinski, one of the winners of last round in Series 1, versus Caden James, Jacko Farrell versus Eamon. And that will be our Group 1 there. And there'll be a second half to that Group 1, which is Vitaly Izev versus Simon Sandman, Jack Cliff versus Gert, I'm not going to say the second name, Cameron Mustard versus Brendan Stacey, and Brendan K versus Anthony Taylor. So that will be our first group of the top 32. And then we'll move on to the second half, and I'll let you know when we get to there. So here's our battle now coming up, which will be, Ernestus Jacoboulos versus Adam Hardman. It's going to be quite hard getting used to this name. A lot of European drivers with tongue twisters, so we'll get straight into it.
Absolutely, and you'll see that light tree go on, and then it'll go green, and you'll see these guys go at it for our first battle of SVDS Series 2. Man, I have been waiting for this for so long, and I am excited. What about you, Alex?
Yeah, I'm very excited. It's been a very long off season, and obviously these drivers have been getting better and better. Obviously, being in the practice server, watching live streams, watching these drivers put out videos and driver chat, and just them having a lot of fun compared to last season. Obviously, this is probably going to be the best event that we've had so far, and yeah, the driving standard has gone up, and we're going to see some bangers today.
Absolutely. So Ernestus Jacoboulos in the lead and Adam Hardman in the chase for our first battle. We're going to get ready to send him here any moment now. So stick around, because top 32, I mean, it's just starting, and man, it's only going to get more exciting from here. I'm excited to see these guys go at it. Man, yeah, this is going to be one hell of a round.
Of course, this is Ernestas' rookie season, if I'm not mistaken. Same with Adam Hardman, of Ernestas being part of Team Erta, and I'm not sure about Adam Hardman, but two very beautiful looking cars at that start line. Obviously, that Team Erta car being in that signature yellow / orangey sort of colour, and then Adam Hardman in that neon green. But here we go.
Here we go, Ernestus Jacoboulos, Adam Hardman ready to send it here on our camera. Just hasn't quite switched over. Here we go, big initiation from Ernestus. And Hardman right on the back of that S14, looking really solid. Line. Big around that first corner, coming into this next outside zone. Big transition with Hardman trying to keep it on the side of the door of that S14, but is just finding the proximity now here through this next clip. Look at that, right on the A-line is Ernestas, showing us why he's the top qualifier. But a straighten from Hardman could prove to be the undoing for sure. Alex, what are you thinking of that last run there?
Yeah, obviously it was going well until that straighten by Adam Hardman. I don't know if it was a full straighten, but we're getting onto the second half here, so
for sure. Here we go. Hardman sends it in. Nice big angle off the start here with Ernestas, just knowing that he's got to stick it right to the door. Ooh, look at that. A bit of a tire drop there from Ernestas off of that white line on the inside, but transitioning now, coming into the door, and look at that, pushing the proximity onto these outside clips, throwing the angle on. Down the hill is Hardman with Ernestas all over the back end of that S15. Look at that.
Oh my God.
Our top 32.
What a battle from these two. Obviously, Ernestas dropping front wheels, but I think that was due to his proximity, and Adam maybe being a bit too inside as his front bumper was hanging over that line, which really gave Ernestas no choice to go across that line. And we can
reflect that too.
Yeah, we've seen them. From seeing the mistakes from Adam Hardman there, he fought really, really hard, and obviously that was very much in the second half here, so it's
Hardman right on the go. Hardman sends it in. Nice big angle off the start here. Big transition with our tire drop trying to keep on the side of that white line on the inside, but transitioning now to the next clip. Look at that right now. He's the with Ernesta straight over the back end. That S15 right on the back of that.
To pop up on the screen. And he can see swipe left for Ernestas Jakubelis and swipe right for Adam Hardman. And we'll see where Rise goes. Rise goes left, Artix goes left, and Terhi goes left. So Ernestas Jakubelis will get the win and will be moving on to the top 16. Sad day for Adam Hardman, but he tried his hardest, but sadly didn't come up with enough.
He tried really Adam hard, man.
Oh, stop. No, you're ruining it. You're ruining it,
am I? I'm ruining it. All right.
Here we go. Yeah.
Alrighty, I believe this is Jason Cave and Kieran Bond.
For sure.
Two very, very impressive drivers, and I believe I see one hell of a car showing up at the up front there. Is that it? What am I looking at here? This looks really solid here, looking really good. On the initiation with Kieran Bond right there on the proximity. Wow, pushing the door in of that Ferrari. Look at this coming into the outside clip. Bond taking a bit of a tighter line, trying to get up onto the door, and ooh, contact.
Yeah, very lot of contact there. I think the Supra dived in a bit too hard on that transition. You could see that the Ferrari in front, who was being driven by Jason Cave, I think Kieran just dived a bit too much, and Jason was trying to get back on throttle, but Jason was like, nope, nah, bye-bye. And yeah, we will see what happens in the second half.
There we go. Jason Cave now in the chase position. Kieran Bond in the lead, going to be sending it in. That Supra looking really solid, but that Ferrari was just on it in the lead position. So Kieran Bond's going to have to pull a rabbit out of the hat here and get to put down one hell of a lead run here. But here we go off the line here. Kieran Bond, nice big initiation, but with Cave all over the side of him here, pushing that proximity on, coming through this outside clip. Look at that. Coming in
Very nice.
Transition here. Look at that. Nicely done by Bond into this outside clip with man Cave just doing a really good job. Look at this. Out into the outside zone on the doors. That Ferrari finishing out the run strong.
Very nice.
And this is only our second battle of top 32. Man, I do not know what I'm going to do if runs keep looking this good.
Yeah, we're going to be stuck.
What am I looking at here? With Cave all over the side of him here, pushing that proximity with Kieran Bond right there on the transition here. Nicely Ferrari Bond in this outside clip. Bond taking a bit of a tighter line, trying to get up on the door. Ooh, contact job. Look at this. Out in the outside zone on the doors. That Ferrari strong.
Very nice on that transition.
Initiation with Cave all over the side of him here. What am I looking at here? This looks really solid here. Clip. Look at that. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. We are still getting things together.
Yeah, so I think judges are definitely looking hard at this battle. Obviously, I don't know who would be at fault for that first transition, because you can see him just diving with a lot of aggression. But maybe the Ferrari in front dieseled a bit too much. It's like a matter of equations that could happen here that could cause that sort of contact. So if we look on the left side here, obviously on the door, very close transition, and you can just see maybe, it looks like maybe the Ferrari was offline. I don't know, I can't see right now, but yeah, the judges have a better look. The judges will have a better look.
Replays for sure. They're going to want to make sure that they get the right call going here, because especially when there's contact, you got to make sure you get it just right on whether or not it was each other's fault. We got to figure out if the Ferrari was going to be offline, or well, swipe left for Jason Cave or swipe right for Kieran Bond here.
Yeah,
Guys going right for Kieran Bond, same with
there we go.
Looking really solid.
So it looks like it was the Ferrari being offline. The Ferrari was offline.
Absolutely. But next up, we have Marcel Studzinski and Caden James.
this is going to be an interesting battle because not a lot of people know about Caden James, but not a lot of people know about Marcel Zazinski.
Here we go. Zazinski looking really solid on the initiation with James all over the back end of that S15, but falling back just a little bit, trying to find the proximity. With Studzinski looking really good in the lead position. Big transition coming into this outside clip with James just trying to put on the pressure. Here we go.
Nice
getting that S15 onto the door, looking really good here through this section. Aston Martin, sorry. I don't know why I said S15. I think I was talking about Studzinski there.
Hey, you know, that's a weird looking S15. Huh.
Quite.
It must be the GTR Nismo one, you know.
Fair enough, but here we go. Caden James down the lead position. Studzinski at the chase position. Here we go. Big initiation. James looking really solid. Big angle for that Aston Martin. But Studzinski is all over the back of it, not being phased whatsoever. Big transition. Studzinski is putting it right on the door. Look at that, pushing him through these outside clips. Coming down the hill, Studzinski all over the back of him, putting that pressure on. Wow. What a battle, finishing out the run strong.
Very nice from both drivers there. Very clean lead and very clean chase from both drivers in both runs. Yeah, as you can see from this side by side, both had pretty much the same proximity. It looked pretty similar. The difference in angle maybe a bit there. Marcelo had a bit more angle than the lead cab, but the chase car behind him had a bit less angle. But you can see the mimicking here, both of them on each other's door. It's just a hard one to choose there. Maybe going in a bit too inside by Caden James there. But we'll see with the judges what they think. But we'll be waiting for their call. Obviously, what do you think about this, Austin?
I mean, this battle is already looking pretty sick, but a couple of mistakes from both of these drivers could prove to be something that the judges are going to want to look at. But Marcel Studzinski definitely showing what a masterclass of lead driving he does and chase driving. But honestly, if I had to say something, I think Caden James was a little bit closer through the second half of the course in his chase run, but I think falling back on the first half is probably going to ding him a little bit. For sure. Yeah. Getting ready for the judges' decision here soon.
But one thing I'd like to bring out, you say he's, you know, we do look at proximity a lot, but you can see in this corner here, how Caden dives in, and he's more inside than Marcel is. And that might hinder him with the judges here. And I don't know, because I know them judges are very harsh on that sort of thing, cutting line to get proximity. So, we'll see what the judge's decision is. They're obviously looking at this with a needle and a telescope, because that is a very hard battle to, and I don't think they have, we don't know what is happening right now.
We're waiting on the decision from the judges.
Yep, and obviously the judges looks like they're trying to make a call. And there's a lot of weird stuff going on in the sheet that I don't understand, but we'll be keeping you up to date with the result when we get it in.
For sure, yeah. Marcel Studzinski throwing down one hell of a lead run, and the judges are going to be looking at this. We'll see. You can see that Caden James definitely had a bit of a mistake in the chase position on the first half of the course, and well, cleaned it up towards the end, but did end up lunging in on a tighter line here at the end of the run, as you can see. Whereas Marcel Studzinski stuck it right on the line and right on the door.
And I think we have a decision.
Oh, alrighty, we'll be heading over to the judges screen here, and you'll see him swipe him left or swipe him right.
And here we go. Swipe left for Marcel, swipe him right for Caden. And let's see where Rise goes. Here we go, the anticipation, waiting to see what way Rise goes left. Let's see where Artix goes. Will he go anywhere? And he goes left, and it's a unanimous decision. Marcel Zazinski will get the win in that Escuco-powered S15. And sadly, Caden James will have to put it on the trailer early in that beautiful Aston Martin.
Alrighty, meeting up next, I believe we have Jack O'Farrell and Eamon. I'm just gonna go with Eamon.
Yeah, no, hey, well, I can attempt it. Eamon Naui. You know,
like Naoki without the K. It's like Naomi.
Naomi, yeah. See, you got that one there. You know, I think you got that. And here we go.
Here we go. Jack O'Farrell here. Jack and Eamon ready to send it in. Jack looking really good on the initiation, but Eamon, falls back quite a bit. Looks like he might have gotten phased by the initiation there, but Jack looking really solid out in the front position here. Nice. Look at this big transition, but Eamon finally finding the proximity, manages to cut the line and get up onto the door, but still having a little bit of issue trying to stick it up on there and keep it there, whereas Jack is throwing down one hell of a lead line. Eamon falls back, a little bit of a straight in there, a little bit of a correction, but finishing out the run as strong is Jack O'Farrell with Eamon. Pretty tight to the chase, but definitely has some stuff to make up for in this run for sure as we swap them around. We're going to get Jack O'Farrell and Eamon Naoe. Yeah. Eamon now going to be in the lead position and Jack in the chase. Here we go. Eamon in the lead position. Here we go. Big initiation. Now Jack takes the turn being a little bit farther back on the initiation, but lunges it up and puts it on the door. Look at that. Wheel to wheel, door to door. Big transition. Jack takes a bit of a tighter line, trying to keep the proximity off the transition. Trying to keep on the door. Nudging him down the hill as he's just putting on the aggression here with Eamon in the lead position. Trying to get up to this last touch and go here. Nicely done and finishing out the run strong are all of these drivers. Wow. What a run from both of these guys. A little bit sloppy in some areas, and I think the judges are going to have to look at some of the mistakes here from both of them. But here we'll get our side-by-side up, and you can see here Eamon falling back quite a bit in his chase position with Jack putting on quite a big amount of pressure, and Jack throwing down a pretty good lead run. Yeah. And
I think maybe Jack was being a bit too aggressive for the lead that he was given. Obviously, I think he should have maybe stayed back a bit and let the lead make all the mistakes, as he was doing a lot of corrections, and that was hindering Jack's chase a bit there. And you could see him trying to get onto the door, but Eamon slightly angling up suddenly, and then Jack having to nudge him to push him around the track. But the judges might see that and punish him for it. And we'll be waiting for the judges' call here. Obviously, this side by side, you can see everything that's going on and what these drivers are doing. We're gonna try our hardest to keep you guys updated with every single thing that happens during the judging panel. Obviously, I do see a lot more proximity from Jack here, but this transitioned very early, and I don't know if he missed the outer clip there in the chase, but that will hinder his line score a bit. But obviously, this mistake sort of weighs it out. In Jack's lead, there was a bit of proximity lost, but Eamon did just keep it there, keep it nice and consistent, and was on the door at sometimes. And then he's very mimicking the angle, mimicking the line, and just making sure he's somewhat there, but he doesn't want to go too aggressive and make a mistake. But obviously, you see in Jack's run, he just doesn't care, and he just wants to put it on the door. And here we go.
The judges swipe him left for Jack O'Farrell, swipe him right for Eamon Naoe, and here we go. They swiped him right for Eamon.
Wow.
A little bit of a different decision than we were expecting, but it's possible that Jack made too big of a mistake for the judges to ignore. So Eamon gets the win, meaning I believe our next battle is Vitaly Isev and Simon Sandman. This is going to be a battle.
It's sensational.
Yeah, the sensational Simon Sandman going up against the see, I know Vitaly Isev as Kem from Carex back in the day when he used to compete with him, and that man is a monster on that game. So it's going to be interesting to see if any of those skills manage to cross over here, with Vitaly being a pretty decent driver here. Vitaly Isev, Simon Sandman, the sensational Simon Sandman, getting ready to send it here off the line.
Sandman, aka IKEA man, as people are saying in chat.
IKEA man, Simon Sandman. He's the sensational IKEA man. We're getting ready to send him here any moment now. You'll see the lights go red, you'll see him go green, and these guys will send it off the line here for their first run of this battle. I'm ready to go here any moment. Vitaly Sandman.
Oh,
the anticipation is building.
It looks like the judges are just making us wait today. But there we go.
And here we go. Vitaly, Sandman, ready to send it here. Vitaly in the lead position. Sandman in the chase.
Oh my God!
What an initiation with Sandman already putting on the proximity onto Vitaly's door. Vitaly coming into this outside clip, putting it right on the A line like you want to see. Sandman checking himself up a little bit, possibly choking himself off by staying on the door for a little bit too long. Now going to have to put the pressure onto Vitaly here as Vitaly comes up to this A line. Nicely done with Sandman, putting it right on the door. Oh man, that's unfortunate for Simon Sandman choking himself off there on that transition. It could spell disaster for the run, but we'll have to see how it goes in the second half. Obviously, the two halves make a whole here when it comes to a battle and how we judge it. So, Vitaly and Simon Sandman. Sandman taking off. Vitaly sleeping on the line. Simon Sandman sending it in. Nice and big initiation. Now trying to find the proximity to put it onto the door. Nicely done. Manages to find it pretty quickly before that first corner is over. Big transition now. Simon Sandman being sensational as always. Big transitions, but Vitaly Isef all over the side of that S15, putting the pressure on. He knows he's got to pull a rabbit out of the hat because of that gap on the initiation, but finishing out the run. Solid are both of these drivers, man. Simon Sandman out here being sensational as always, but Vitaly Isef showing off that no matter what game you come from, you can make yourself known for sure. Alex, what are you thinking about this run here as the side-by-side camera comes up?
Yeah, I think obviously that gap between him and Simon Sandman was a bit of a hindrance to his performance, but he kept it off of the back of Vitaly and kept it consistent. To be honest, it didn't really make the run look too bad. It just took away a bit of his proximity, but as you can see, Vitaly's sleeping on the start line, and I just don't know about that one. That's just that may have been a bit too much of a sleep. Yeah, I think he missed his alarm clock, but we'll have to know by the judges when they give us their decision. Maybe, you never know, maybe Simon jumped it. We don't know.
For sure. I mean, Vitaly Isef throwing down one hell of a run here in the chase position, aside from that gap that he got in the chase. On the initiation here, but Simon Sandman, you can see that noticeable mistake here right about there where he choked himself off in the chase position, possibly getting a bit too greedy with the proximity, and unfortunately doesn't quite find it again until about this clip here, as he's now right on the door of that car once again. And he's got to run.
Yeah, it's going to be a very different decision for the judges here. There's a lot going on in this sheet that is very, very... It's going to be an upset, I think, here.
For sure.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Both drivers.
This is very intense watching this, you know, because I know these drivers are fighting very hard for this, and they know there's a lot on the line with the prizes being very substantial. And yeah, it looks like it is going to be what I thought. So we'll switch to the judging panel on the live stream, and you guys will get to see. So swipe him left for Vitaly Isef and swipe him right for Simon Sandman. And Rise will be going either way. I don't know. It looks like it's going to be okay. So it's going to be a one more time. So Vitaly and Simon Sandman are going to have to go at it again, which is even better for all of us because we all want to see it again. Like, come on guys, that was just amazing. But it's not like we ain't going to get any more. So here we go. We're going to have them come back down to the line. Vitaly in that beautiful IRT A80 Supra versus Simon Sandman in that Drift Time S15.
Absolutely. Here when you're ready to spend them. Vitaly now in the lead once again. Simon Sandman in the chase. A sensational Simon Sandman ready to send it here. Very, very excited to see this one more time battle. Here we go. Light goes green and Vitaly now in the lead position. Simon Sandman sending it in.
Oh, he done it again.
Initiation, putting it right on the door from the start. That's what the judges want to see. Vitaly looking really solid in the lead position. Simon Sandman not making the same mistake twice. Big transition, bumper to bumper, door to door action coming down the hill. Vitaly Isef looking really good coming into this outside clip, but the sensational
very nice
Simon Sandman won't back down. He knows knows what he's got to fix. He knows the mistakes that he made, and he's going to do exactly what he needs to do. Now Simon Sandman going to be in the lead position.
Now can Ken fix his alarm clock and make sure he leaves the line on time. So we'll be waiting for the line. Here we go. He fixes it.
Oh, Simon Sandman in the lead position. Vitaly.
Oh, side by side.
Chase. Here we go. Big initiation. Wow. Vitaly on the side of that S15, putting it right where it needs to be. But Sandman not backing down, putting down one hell of a lead line. Look at this big transition. Vitaly. Oh, over the side of him here. Sandman putting down one hell of a lead. You can't have a good chase without a good lead. And man, Vitaly is putting it on the door. Look at this. Finishing out the run strong. I couldn't make a prediction even if you asked me to, Alex. What are your thoughts?
Eh?
So I couldn't make it. I couldn't make a prediction.
Yeah, I know.
If I wanted to.
I'm speechless. This isn't a final. What the?
That's just the caliber of driving you'll find, especially having the qualifying. It means that we get to weed out any of the drivers that might not be ready quite yet for competition, and we get some of our better drivers in straight away, and that's why you get these fantastic battles even in just the top 32. How do you I mean, this is the top 32. We still have the top 16, the top 8, the top 4, and the finals to go, and I mean, we're already having finals level battles here in top 32. So ladies and gentlemen, if this isn't exciting, I don't know what is.
Yeah, that's just crazy. I don't get that. That's just crazy.
It'll definitely be up to the judges, though. I mean, it's just we're dumbfounded up here in the booth. We can't figure out what to say about this run. It is just one hell of a masterclass in both lead and chase driving from both of these drivers. I mean, if you want to, if everybody wants to start taking down some notes, you will be quizzed on this later as to what competition drifting should have looked like. I mean, these guys are just sticking it to each other and just, oh man, putting down some of the best runs I've seen in a long time.
Yeah,
this is why
nice.
we were excited for Series 2 to come, boys. This is exciting. This is the reason why we were so happy that this all came together to make sure that we could get battles like this going. I mean, Driftland, such an awesome track, and I mean, our leader here, the guy who set up SVDS Rise, he is a worker at Driftland and has been working there for quite some time, and it's really cool that he got to negotiate the rights to do this track and have this series be here for, you know, its home. Absolutely solid, a solid track, absolutely solid drivers, super cool to see it all. So the judges definitely splitting hairs to try and get the correct decision here. Definitely going to be interesting to see what the call looks like. But I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be mad either way. I can see a win for both of these guys. I could see it going one more time again. I mean, you never know.
Yeah, and this is going to be a bit of an upset because the way this is going right now is going to change the series completely. And this, yeah, we're going to have... We're waiting for the final judge to make his call to solidify it. But we'll be there soon. We're just waiting so long for these judges to split so many hairs. It's just like, it's trying to find a needle in a haystack. And there we go. We have a judge's decision. If we will go to the judge's screen and swipe him left for Vitaly Iciev, swipe him right for Simon Sandman. And where will Rise go? Will he go left or right? And he will go left. Artix will go left. And will it be unanimous? And Tyre went OMT, but it will be Vitaly Iciev to get the win. And yes, sadly, the sensational Simon Sandman will have to take it home. And yeah, it's just such a good battle there from these two guys.
No matter if you lost or won here, I mean, Simon Sandman, man, put up one hell of a fight. And I feel like no matter which way that would have gone, it would have made sense. I mean, that was like splitting hairs. That was, honestly, that wasn't even splitting hairs. That was splitting 2 and 3 from 5 in the atom, man. That was, you could almost not make a decision there. They were doing super good in those ones for sure.
And our next battle is going to be Jack Cliff versus Gert Kubasep. And yeah, that's going to be a very interesting battle. Obviously, Jack Cliff not really competing much, but he is a very big and well-known person in this scene. And here we go.
Oh, Jack Cliff and Gert here. Jack and Gert setting it in. Jack looking really solid on the initiation. Gert needs to put it up onto the door, try and find some more proximity here, but Jack looking really solid here. Big position. Gert almost cuts himself off, but manages to swing it around and still get back up onto the door, but losing a bit of proximity coming down the hill here with Jack putting it into this outside zone. Nice and solid coming around that wide line into this last outside clip.
Nice.
And finish the run with Gert really close to him in the end.
Yeah,
we got
very
some
nice
here, possibly from his his series that he competes in, and here we go. Gert now in the lead. Jack Cliff in the chase here. Gert ready to send it in. Jack, wow, right on the a little bit less angle, trying to nose it in, but just can't.
Oh my god!
Look at that though, pushing the pressure on with Gert looking really solid in this outside clip. Look at that, Jack all over the side of it though. He is putting on pressure into this outside clip. Nicely done. Left foot braking here from Gert, setting him a little bit wide at the end there, but finishing out the run solid. I mean, these guys are just, everybody in this series is just so goddamn talented, man.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good call for the judges here, and they shall make that while we wait. While we wait, we'll look at the side-by-side here and see what has happened between these two drivers again. So you can see nice initiation by Jack Cliff. Gert leaving a bit of a gap there, but Jack Cliff doing a nice run, maybe dropping a tire down the outside. But in this chase, obviously, Gert was a bit inside, and you can just see Jack piling on the pressure and doing an amazing lead run at the same time, but Gert really wasn't there in the chase, and I don't know, maybe that will end it for him. Yeah, we'll see. But the judges obviously are going to be splitting hairs as usual because they like to do it.
Absolutely, our drivers, I mean, everybody in here, I mean, they fought to be here, so it's definitely going to be interesting to see how these battles go, because once you're fighting, there's no stopping, and you want to make sure that you come out on top. So Jack Cliff here doing a really good job in the lead position, as well as the chase with Gert also doing a pretty decent job. But in the chase here, that noticeable gap you can see on that first section of the course coming around. Jack doing a really solid job in the chase, possibly a few taps there, little love taps, just trying to make sure to remind Gert that he's still here, he's still there.
Yeah. And yeah, it's just very crazy driving from these two guys. It is literally phenomenal that we're seeing this type of driving level from these new drivers as well. There's a lot of new drivers today that we've never seen compete in the whole of AC before, and they're just coming out of nowhere. And that's what we like to see. We like to see the drift community growing and growing, and people having fun. It's not all about how good you are; it's about how much fun you're having. And everyone, it's just like the amount of fun that they've had, they've become good with it. So everyone's having fun, making sure they're with their friends, and just having an overall good time here. And it looks like they are nearly making.
Should be making the decision here at the moment. Absolutely solid battles from both of these guys. A couple of mistakes, but that's as to be expected for sure. Not everybody's perfect. Not everybody can be Vitaly Izev. Okay.
Yeah, I think
here, Jack Cliff, Gert Kubasep. Not exactly sure how to fully pronounce that last name of Gert there, because I mean it's got the two little dots on top of the U, which means it's a letter that I don't know how to pronounce. Jack Cliff throwing down pretty decent lead line, pretty decent chase line. Gert trying to keep it up on the door of that E30. I believe it's an E36. Really solid here.
Yeah, and we're still waiting. Sorry for the dead air here, but I think maybe the judges have made their call, but it's gone in the wrong way. I don't know. It's a very hard to know with.
And the judges are just splitting hairs.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of mistakes from both these drivers for sure. With Gert going on tire inside on his lead and Jack possibly going tire outside.
Yeah, and it looks like we are going to have a decision either way. So it will be a one more time. They will have to go at it again. So it'll be a one more time with Jack Cliff and Gert Kubasep. And yeah, it'll be exciting to see these guys go again and have some fun.
Alrighty, here we go. Jack and Gert here. Jack and Gert went out to skirt. Instead of Jack and Jill. Oh, okay, I'm not funny. It's fine. Oh man, Jack Cliff, Gert, Kubasep. Here we go. Jack Cliff in position. Gert in the chase here. Jack going to be setting it in for a big initiation. Gert losing that proximity again. Not quite.
But he dives in.
He wants, but he dives in. He gets up onto the door of Jack here. Jack looking really solid. Big transition here. Coming into this next outside clip. I believe this is 3 here with Gert. Ooh, bit of contact there it looks like. With Jack managing to keep the run going. Possibly a bit of a straighten after that contact though. But finishing out the run solid is Jack Cliff with Gert. Just quite a bit far back, unfortunately.
Yeah, we're going to flip them around and have Gert in the lead and Jack in the chase. Of course, you saw that beautiful entry by Jack Cliff in the first half of the battle. So I'm hoping to see that again.
For sure, but here we go. Gert in the lead, Jack in the chase. Jack having to check up just a little bit, making sure that he's behind Gert on the initiation. Gert nice and wide, getting out to the outside, then dropping a tire, it looks like, and on the inside. Jack having to take a tighter line because of it, putting it on the back end of that chaser, looking really solid on this outside clip, pushing the proximity on, coming down the hill. Jack Cliff all over the side of Gert here. Coming to this outside clip, Jack putting on the pressure and finishing out the run stronger. Both of these drivers now, we're gonna have to look at whose fault the contact was, and the judges will make a decision based on that, I believe. That'll probably be our deciding factor, but Alex, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I think that Jack could have a bit of an advantage here, but I haven't seen the contact. It does look like Gert was a bit too inside and Jack was on the right line, and just, yeah, you know what happens when you're on an inside line. You dive in way too much and then, yeah, you just hit the person in front. And we're waiting for the judges to have their call. Obviously, Jack doing a very nice line, nevertheless, and just absolutely putting on the pressure in that chase run.
For sure, for sure. I mean, Jack just throwing down a pretty good lead run with Gert here, keeping the proximity, doing a pretty good job in the chase. But right here, this is what we're going to be looking at on that left side of the screen. A little bit of touch there, and it looks like Jack goes wide because of it, and Gert, sorry, loses.
Yeah, it looks like we have a decision. Sorry to cut you off. And yeah,
judges slide him left for Jack, slide him right for Gert, and it's unanimous. Jack Cliff gets the win. Here,
very nice.
Top 2 battle, nicely done. Which means I believe our next battle we're going to be lining up Cameron Mustard versus Brendan Stacy. Now this is going to be a battle. Both of these drivers are returning drivers from last season. Cameron Mustard, a fan favorite in that and I believe it's a Jab Speed R32. Super sick car, super sick look. Absolutely, with that livery for sure. As Brendan Stacy, also a fan favorite here in that blue S14. I'm not sure if he's still driving it, but absolutely cannot wait to see how these guys do.
Yeah, Cameron Mustard being a very good driver, participating in many competitions, and get Brandon Stacey being out here doing what he can do with the amount of ping he has, but
here we go.
he's a
Cameron
very good
Mustard in
driver.
the lead position now. Big send. Look at that. Nicely done. But with Brandon Stacey pretty close on the door, but doesn't quite have the proximity he'd want.
Very
Cameron Mustard
nice.
looking really solid in the lead position. But Brandon Stacey
Very
doing a run
fast.
job. Try and get up onto the door here. Brandon Stacey just, look at that, laying down the tire smoke
He
and
just
just
can't keep up.
pulling away from Brandon Stacey, who just cannot seem to keep up, unfortunately. Cameron Mustard got the run quite strong, and I mean, I think Brendan Stacey just got phased by it. I think it was just a little bit too fast for Brendan Stacey's pace level, for sure, Alex.
Yeah, I think Cameron's done something to that car, man. That car never used to be fast. I'll tell you, that car was one of the slowest cars on grid. I remember working with him to try tune it, and now look at it. It's just pulling away from S15, which is really rare.
Brendan Stacey in the lead position. Oh, big over rotation on the initiation with Cameron Mustard having nowhere to go. Oh, that is an interesting one for sure. I think it'll be a pretty quick call here, as long as there's nothing to debate here, and we'll see the judges go straight to it.
Yeah, I think that it was a bit of a lag hit there. If we go to the replay of that run, you can see it's just the car just started jumping everywhere. And I think lag hits are put on the person in who is lagging. Yeah, and you could just see not much happens. It looks maybe like, yeah, it's hard to see. But I guess the judges will be deciding that one, as they usually do. And it looks like they've decided, so we'll be going to the judges screen. I'll be guessing Slidem left. Well, the wrong names on there, but Swidem left for Cameron Mustard, Swipem right for Brendan Stacey. Sorry, having a bit of a stroke there. And
yeah,
unanimous decision, Cameron Mustard gets the win. And Brendan Stacey will have to put it up on the trailer. It looks like that was a very hard lag hit, and obviously lag is put on the person that is the lag, that is lagging, basically. And now it is Brendan Kay versus Anthony Taylor, but I think he had to buy run anyway, so I think we might be going. I don't know if he'll be doing his buy run or we'll be skipping into an ad break. No, it looks like, oh my god, Eurofighter.
Eurofighter BMW of Anthony Taylor here are going to show us all what it can do. Unless Brendan K showed up, but I don't think he did.
360 for the style points. Come on, it's what it's. Yeah, that's very possible on this track Driftland here, so I would not be surprised if he does. And there we go.
All right, here we go. Anthony Taylor setting in for his buy run here. We'll just let you watch this run go at it here as he comes into this first outside zone.
We'll let you enjoy that beautiful sounding V8. Beautiful sounding car going around that track. And a very nice run there from Anthony Taylor for his buy run, sending a 360 at the end of the run for the additional 100 points. And it looks like we'll be going into a break, going into our next group, and we'll be letting you know who is battling them. As you can see, Stu up there very happy next to his office.
None of them boy, they no bad. None of them boy, they no bad. Bad man, still forward to some archbishop. Them no bad. Who them escape, girl, tonight.
Let's go.
Firestorm, 'cause I turn into a monster. Ready for the war, with a flag. None of them boy, they no bad. None of them boy, they no bad. None of them boy, they no bad. Bad man, still over to some archbishop. Them no bad. Who them from me?
I'll be irritating.
Just you and me, let's escape, girl, tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Our second half of Top 32 has loaded in. We're going to get them ready to send here with our first battle that should be coming up here in a moment, which is William Holloway and Seth. I can't tell if that's Miller or Milter. Hold on a second. It's Miller. On my screen, it was just a little bit pixelated on my little picture that I keep up. Looked like a T for a second, but no, it's William Holloway and Seth Miller.
Yeah, William Holloway in that very good looking Mazda-Trix RX-7, and then Seth Miller in that very good looking BMW F22.
For sure, William Holloway opting out of the MX-5 chassis into this RX-7 FD chassis, so this is going to be quite interesting. Big initiation from William Holloway. The pixelation is back for me, and William Holloway looking pretty solid, but unfortunately, Seth Miller having quite a bit of a mistake on that first corner. William Holloway looking really solid
Diving in there
into this outside clip, but look at that, Seth Miller finally finding the ground, finally finding his footing here, and getting onto the door of William Holloway, as Holloway looking really solid in this lead position. But Miller finishing out the run right on the door of that RX-7. Nicely done.
Yeah, very nice there from William Holloway in the lead. Seth Miller obviously has to clean it up and do a bit better there.
For sure, but William Holloway now going to be in the chase position with Seth Miller in the lead. William Holloway looking for some good results here as he's going to be sending it in on the door of Seth Miller. Nicely done. Big initiation with William Holloway. Didn't quite match the angle in the initiation, but is now on the door and matching him just fine. Seth Miller looking really solid in the lead position. William Holloway pushing it up onto the door, though, looking really solid coming around here. Beautiful job from Seth Miller, though, in the lead position. It's unfortunate that his chase had such a big mistake, but William Holloway putting it on the side of that BMW and finishing out the run stronger. Both of these drivers, absolutely solid run from both of these guys. It's really nice to see William Holloway return to form with a bit better of a setup chassis here, looking really good and really solid here, being our second place qualifier in qualifying. Seth Miller, haven't quite, I don't remember seeing him before, so I think he's new to this series, and unfortunately making that big mistake could spell the end of his weekend here, but we'll have to see what the judges think.
Yeah, and I think the judges are going to be very happy with that battle. Obviously, it makes it a tiny bit easier for them to decide. But Austin, I'm going to give us some ASMR here, okay? We're going to hear something amazing. You ready?
Sure.
We're going to hear a cold beverage. Oh, listen.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there we go. And that is the sound of a god right there. So we'll let that get everyone all fizzled up. And we'll wait for the judge's decision. And I'm going to take a tiny little drink. Tastes pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. It's the Mango Loco Monster.
Oh, we love it. That's my favorite too.
Yeah, so you know it's going to be good already.
But you're making me jealous because I don't have any.
Yeah, see, now the problem is I'm going to get distracted from commentating and I'm going to be sipping on my drink. And
well, let's try not to do that. William Holloway and Seth Miller, this battle looking pretty solid, waiting for a decision from the judges. A couple of mistakes here from our drivers here. Seth Miller, notably having that big mistake on that first corner. And going back to the single screen replay here for the end of the run. Seth Miller looking really solid here. But here we go. This is the mistake we're looking for right here. Seth comes in and is just, doesn't quite manage to find the angle and find the line that he needs to be on. Judges wanting to take a closer look at that, but here we go. Swipe him left for William Holloway. Swipe him right for Seth Miller. Here we go. Rise, Arctic, Thurkey. And here we go. That's 1, 2, 3 unanimously. William Holloway gets the win in that Mazda-Trix RX-7. We love to see it. Next up, we should have Mark O'Rourke versus David McKeever.
that's going to be a very interesting battle. Obviously, David McKeever being a very OG in this, like a big OG in this team, and being around for very long, and same with Mark O'Rourke. So we're going to see these two giants go head to head, and let's see who survives.
Mark O'Rourke going to be in the lead position. David McKeever in the chase. And Here we go. Let's go green. Mark O'Rourke in the lead position with McKeever in the chase. Mark looking solid on the initiation. Nicely done coming out of this outside clip of McKeever falling back quite a bit. We want to see a bit more proximity from McKeever as he does manage to find it here in that second half of that first outside corner here. Mark O'Rourke looking really solid on this outside clip, pulling around the track, coming down the hill. Ooh, McKeever falling back just a little bit.
Nice.
The proximity now. Look at that, putting the pressure on now just towards the end of the course. Mark O'Rourke, though, putting down one hell of a lead line.
Oh yeah, and I think these two drivers are getting ready, and they're going to put down another banger of a run right now.
Absolutely, David McKeever, known for his pretty good lead lines, looking really solid, whereas Mark O'Rourke, definitely going to be interesting to see how he handles McKeever here. McKeever looking really solid in the initiation, but Mark O'Rourke right there. Look at that. A little bit of a slowdown from McKeever, but O'Rourke doesn't get phased. Right up on the door of that S13. Nicely done. Coming around this section here, big transition. Mark O'Rourke right up on the door of McKeever, all over it. Look at that. He's on the door of that S13 as it flies past. Look at this, Mark O'Rourke losing a bit of the proximity coming towards the end of the track, but McKeever not backing down, throwing down one hell of a lead run. And we'll take it to the judges to see who gets the win on that one. Alex, what are you thinking?
Again, high driving standard. Mind blown. You know, these drivers, I thought, yeah, tonight's going to be a good night. We're going to see some driving. We're going to see some good final battles. Nah, final battles in the top 32, yes. Yeah. Very good driving. I don't know. I wouldn't want to be a judge, to be honest. I think I'd just be ripping my hair out at this point. But these judges do a very good job at being past the halfway point of the top 32. And we're getting onto the second half here, but it looks like judges are trying to pick hairs and make decisions as we speak.
We're excited to see how this battle goes. David McKeever and Mark O'Rourke, two very talented drivers, but definitely making quite a few mistakes throughout the two of these runs. So it'll be interesting to see what the judges decide to weigh on heavier than other things. I'm excited to see who gets the win here. Then we can move on to a battle that I am very, very excited about.
I've just seen that, and it says Daniel Andrejev versus James Bond.
James Young.
James Young. Yeah, sorry. He's just that good of a driver, you know. Just call him James Bond, you know. Because he's a very low-value man that could take out high-value targets. So, you know, right now no one knows about him, but they might do after this event, because I know he's been putting in some laps on his new wheel and stuff, and he's getting way better than usual.
Absolutely. Waiting on a decision here from the judges. And here we go. Swiping left for Mark O'Rourke and swiping right for David McKeever. And it's going to be unanimous. Rise Arctic and 30 signing with Mark O'Rourke getting the win on that one, which means we get to move on to a very exciting battle. Not that this one wasn't exciting, but I mean, come on. Daniel Andrejev, James Young. Man, this is going to be one hell of a battle.
Oh, yeah.
The lead position, I believe, driving
S15.
Sorry, our view of the stream is just a little bit pixelated, so it's a little bit hard to tell what's coming up here. But look at this, let's go green, and here we go. Daniel Andrejev ready to send it in. Big initiation.
Oh.
Nicely done with James Young. Not quite having the proximity, trying to get up onto the side of that.
Getting onto the door there.
Done. Here we go. Gets up onto the door and finds the proximity, but Daniel Andrejev not letting anything back down here. He's looking really solid in these outside clips.
Very
down
fast.
the hill. Let's see how he does. He's pulling away from that A80 Supra, but here we go. James Young finally finds more proximity and gets up onto the door, finishing out the run strong. Are both of these drivers, Daniel Andrejev, James Young. Whew.
AKA James Bond.
clutch kick, no handbrake.
And here we go. Waiting for the judges, and there we go.
James Young here in the lead position with Daniel Andrejev in the chase. Andrejev known for being super aggressive, but he puts it on to the door a little bit too aggressive on James
That might be
Young.
an upset.
That might be an upset, but I mean, it'll depend. We'll have to see what the judges see. If James Young pulled the e-brake there, that's not somewhere where we want to see that happen. So it could go against him, but for now, Daniel Andrejev getting a bit aggressive on that initiation, unfortunately. Yeah, that's just what it looks like from the outside. We'll have to see what the judges think here. Going for the replay here. Oh, yeah, Daniel Andrejev just sending it super hard, almost straight into James Young. This could be an upset for sure.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting for the judges there. They're going to be watching a replay and then giving us their call for that one, I think. But maybe James Young could do it, and his nickname of James Bond will live on. Because I have now given him the nickname of James Bond, because he could be taking out high-value targets right now. And I don't know. Maybe he pulled the handbrake a bit too much, or Andrejev, that side-by-side initiation, did a bit too much for him.
Waiting for a judge's call on this battle. Daniel Andrejev and James Young, unfortunately, making contact. If you're just tuning in, right here, here it is. Oh no, not this run. Sorry, my bad. Other way around. Daniel Andrejev going into the back end of James Young here. See the aftermath here as James Young pulling back on a course. And here, right here, Daniel Andrejev noses in too hard on the initiation. James Young trying to get to angle, but unfortunately was stopped dead in his tracks.
I feel put to the test. Could be better, yes. But he said,
Yeah, so it does look like maybe. But it just was, yeah, it looked like Daniel Andrejev was a bit too aggressive in my eyes. But we will have to see through the judges. Two very beautiful looking cars. I really like the half-half on that Supra right there, but it really bugs me how it isn't in the middle.
Yeah, that is a little bit interesting, how the fact that it's not directly centered on the car.
Yeah, like I guess if you want to annoy your opponents, you can just do that. It looks like James Young is in the chat saying he used no handbrake or anything. So, if that is true, it looks like he might be getting the win here.
Wanted to see what the judges think about it for sure. All right, swipe him left for Daniel Andrejev and James Young. Swipe him right. So the judges think here. Rise, Arctic, Thurhy. What are they going to decide? And here we go. That's 1, 2. Oh, it's not unanimous, but Rise and Arctic say James Young, meaning that James Young is the Giant Slayer. And, well, I mean, yeah, I guess it can be named James Bond because he did just take out quite a high-value target. Daniel Andrejev, one of our better drivers of the series, getting taken out by James Young. It's definitely one hell of an upset, but I believe that means we're going to be moving on to John Elgood versus Axel Toplin. That's not a real name. That can't be a real name, right? Axel
Yeah.
Toplin.
And it is Axel Toplin and versus John Elgood. John Elgood being in a lead first, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, both in 400Cs, I'm pretty sure.
Well, absolutely sick to see these new chassis come out and do as well as they're doing.
Yeah, and obviously John Elgood being a very proven driver in the series, but having some lag issues causing him to have a bit of some failures, but we'll see what he can do here.
For sure, but here we go. John Elgood, Axel Toplin.
Oh, and there we go.
John Elgood in the lead. John versus Axel here.
Oh,
John
that
pulling a
gap.
big gap on Axel
Wow.
here. Axel trying to find the proximity against John Elgood here. Look at this. John looking really solid in the lead position. Axel finally finds the proximity, pushing it up onto the door of that 400Z. Look at this, nosing in, trying to get up onto the side of it here, and he does. Ooh, little correction though, almost straightening up behind John Elgood, but John not being phased at all, still runs a damn near perfect lead line. And a nice job from these drivers for sure. But Axel Toplin leaving quite a bit to be desired in that chase run for sure. We'll get them swapped around and we'll see how they do.
Yeah, 100% very aggressive there from Axel, but here we go.
Here we go, Axel. John actually taking a taking a turn, getting gapped a little bit, but getting right up onto the side of the door of Alex Toplin here. Axel looking really solid here with John putting it on the door. Big transition here, trying to keep that proximity. Ooh, lunging up, keeping it on the side of that of Axel.
Oh,
here.
there we go.
Solid coming down the hill. Good look at that. Big proximity from John Elgood as he puts it
Very
on the
nice.
door, looking nice around that last section of the course. Beautiful job from both of these guys. Alex, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I think that Axel Toplin had a bit of understeer coming around that big right sweeper after the first transition in the chase that was leading him to go really nose first into John's pocket and making it look scruffy there in his chase. But also, he see John Elgood getting a bit sleeping on the line a bit, but doing all good around here. No big mistakes, as you can see. Axel Toplin doing a very nice clean lead for John Elgood to chase. And an all-rounder, very good run from these two. It's just sad to see Axel get gapped like that on the first corner. And here we go, swipe him left for John Elgood, swipe him right for Axel Toplin. Let's see where Rise will go left, and he goes left, and it's unanimous decision. John Elgood gets the win. And he'll be moving on to our top 16. And Axel Toplin will have to put the cart back onto the trailer.
For sure. Now, next up is Connor Fowley versus Barna Pakazdi. I'm just going to call him Barna because I am not going to try and pronounce Pakazdi the whole time.
And
But
here we
hey,
go.
you can see now how our top 16 is shaping up. I mean, I can't read
my
any
God.
of this.
So we have Anestas Jakubelis versus Kieran Bond, Marcel Sostinski versus Ayman Naoui, Vitaly Isiev versus Jack Cliff, and Cameron Mustard versus Anthony Taylor, William Holloway versus Mark O'Rourke, and then James Young versus John Elgood. That right there, wow. You know what we're about to see.
Top 16 so far, but now we have Barna Pakazdi versus Connor Falvey. Barna being our third place qualifier and Connor Falvey being our third place qualifier. We're definitely going to laugh at him for that later because we're all good friends here. So we're going to be seeing how we do here. Barna versus Connor.
Yep. Okay.
Cause I turn into a monster. Ready for the war. With the flag. None of them boy, they no bad. None of them boy, they no bad. Because None of them boy, them no bad. Bad man, send forward to some archbishop. Them no bad. Who them from me?
I'll be dating.
Just you and me with the skate girl tonight.
Alrighty, and we open to an interesting image. I'm done, man. We open to a very interesting image. Man, I don't even know. Oh, well, welcome back to SV.
Oh man, my monster's gone everywhere, man. Spat it out.
Alright. Next up, we have Connor Falvey.
I think it's already happened. I think we accidentally missed it. Sorry for that one, guys.
Unfortunately.
Oh my.
This is Connor Falvey.
No. that is a sight and a half.
It's all fun and games until somebody's doing a cartwheel in space time.
I think Varner just trying to show us how skillful he is turning his car into a UFO. Oh, and look, he's still driving as well. I don't know if that was Varner or Falvey.
I think it might have been Falvey.
Oh my god, this is the best thing about virtual drifting, man. That's amazing. Oh god. So yeah, we'll be waiting for the judge's decision on this one. But honestly, we didn't see what happened during that battle since we were having a little ad break, but we didn't get any confirmation that battles were going. But we will be going on. Obviously, judges looking at that battle back and forth. I think whoever it was up that bank, I think they should get extra style points because that was some interesting stuff right there. But we'll be waiting for the judges' decision. Obviously, them picking hairs between the third qualifier and the 30th qualifier here. Conor Falvey being a part of Team Hardstyle, being a very skilled driver in real life and in the sim. We don't know much about Bana, but of course these guys being back to back. And it looks like as well, if Conor Falvey wins this battle, he'll be going against, and then if his teammate in the next battle wins this battle, he'll be going against, it'll be an all hardstyle battle here. And that'll be very interesting to see from them two. Of course, every single round, hardstyle will get a battle in top 32 because apparently they just love to battle each other, you know. And it's always great fun. They're a great bunch of lads, and yeah, we're going to be waiting for the judge's decision here. I keep saying we're going to be waiting for the judge's decision, but it's just trying to keep it going. Obviously, Austin has had a code brown, so I'm just sitting here on my own waiting for these judges to get it rolling. We'll just be enjoying the drum and bass in the background, and that's about it. Waiting. Obviously, these judges taking a very long time to decide this battle, which obviously they have to now. Very good sounding cars there from these two drivers. Very beautiful S chassis. And Falvey's going to look like he's going to be doing some rings for us. As Adam LC would say, rings lad. But you know, and swipe him left for Bana and swipe him right for Conor Falvey. And it looks like Conor Falvey get the unanimous decision, and he'll be moving on to the top 16. So this is going to be very interesting because we're now going to be going into another battle with his teammate Owen Magna versus Dominic Bergman, two very good drivers. Owen Magna coming, I think, around podium finish last season, so he is a very hard driver to come across in these early battles. And let's see what he can do, and let's see what Dominic can do here, and we'll wait for them to get to the line. As you can see, judge's chair floating across the background, and you can see Stu cheering everyone on. You can see you can't really miss him. His red and black hoodie, just cheering everyone on, even though there's nothing going on track. He just loves it all. I see there he's probably shouting at him saying, yay, but you know, we'll get onto the track here. And this is a very good battle here. Two very beautiful cars. Obviously, Team Hardstyle obviously having a very styled taste in these cars at low, big angle, flashy. And then Dominic Bergman in a very clean, I think that's Dominic Bergman in a very clean S15 with that nice clean paint. We'll be waiting for the judges to send them off here. And hello Austin, it looks like he is back.
Indeed I am. And listen.
Ah, hello. That is what we like to hear. See, sadly I've drank mine. Yeah, there we go.
Here we go. Who's lead? Who's chase? Here we go.
Oh, we're Magna in the lead.
There we go. Oh, Magner on that outside clip. Nicely. Dominic McMahon is all over the side of him here. Magner looking really solid transition.
Oh, big dive.
But oh, Dominic McManus takes a very tight line, has to back off quite a bit, not trying to hit Owen Magner here. Owen Magner coming into this outside clip, nicely done around this last corner here with Dominic Bernanis right on the door. Nicely done from both of these drivers.
Very nice. Obviously, we saw that corner foul. He got the win last battle, and if Owen Magner wins this, he will be going against his teammate in the top 16. So can Owen Magner get it done? There always seems to be a trend, don't there, Austin? Team Hardstyle always seem to get a battle against each other in the top 16 or the top 32. It's always a big trend around here.
Right, for sure. Well,
And
it
yeah,
is currently a record high 38 degrees here in Canada.
Information that nobody asked for, but
I just noticed it while I was watching the runs here. I noticed my computer telling me that I should probably stay inside today. Dominic Bergman is looking really solid in this outside clip. Nicely done with Owen Magner. Needs to find the proximity, get on the door of Dominic Bergman is here. Big transition.
Oh,
Go for a big lunge. Owen Magner cutting the track, trying to get up onto the side of Dominic Bergman. Angles still with Dominic pulling a massive gap on him. With Owen Magner unfortunately falling quite a far ways back, finishing out the end of this course. I mean, damn, that is unfortunate for Owen.
Not what we usually see from Owen. Yeah, not what we usually see from Owen. Owen being a very talented driver, and that usually doesn't happen to him. So we'll see what happened here. Obviously, we could right now, me and Austin could count the pixels that we're looking at, but you guys get a nice crisp view. But from what I could see is that the green S15 sort of pulled off of angle and lunged, but I don't know, I can't really see that anymore. Yeah, as you can see, coming in here, dropping 2 tires on the inside, it looks like, from Dominic's. Dropping another tire there, very shallow there. A lot of mistakes from both of these drivers here. And I think it could weigh out, and it might. I would like to see this go one more time, you know, Austin. From what I've seen so far. Well, see, let's look at this run a bit more. Owen being very smooth in the chase, but it does the same mistake as what Dominic done. Maybe a bit worse there. But here, it just looks like Owen. Yeah, it's Owen's mistake there, looks like. Well, Dominic's just keeping a nice consistent line, which is very sad to see from Owen. But maybe, we don't know. Okay, and it looks like the judges may have a decision. And we'll go to the judges' screen. Swipe him left for Owen Magner, swipe him right for Dominic. Rise goes left, Artix goes one more time. And Tyre goes Owen Magner, so Owen Magner will get the win. And Dominic will have to put it back on the trailer. And yeah, we'll see you at next round, Dominic. But Owen Magner will be moving on to the top 16, going against his teammate Connor Falvey.
Next up is going to be a very interesting battle. Jaden Harris versus Justin Philipar.
Oh, Jaden Harris being a very good driver here. One of the few drivers that's still driving an interior cam. And you guys are going to see why I'm very interested in this battle from the way he drives. Because he is a very aggressive chase driver. And we'll see what he does in that beautiful F22. Of course, Justin Philipar in that looks like an S15. And here we go. Austin, take it away.
There we go. Jaden Harris in the lead position with Justin Philipar following in. Nice.
Yeah.
Could be a little bit closer with Jaden Harris looking really good in that lead position. Nice, cool, calm, and composed out here. This outside clip. Big transition
Big
here
clip.
coming into this next outside clip. Justin Philipar putting too much aggression at it. Unfortunately, over rotates and has to fall back quite a bit. Jaden Harris putting down a beautiful lead line so far and finishing out the run.
nice.
Nothing really to say too much about. I mean, Jaden Harris did a pretty good job in that lead position with Justin Philipar just struggling just a little bit.
Yeah, 100%. And we're going to see the masterclass that Jaden Harris will put down in the chase. Obviously, I may be a bit biased in the commentary here with Jaden. Oh, but a big sleep on the line.
Unfortunately, yeah, Jaden Harris sleeps on the line quite a bit, but ooh, look at that. Already putting the speed down
Yeah,
to
here
get back
we
up
go.
into the door. Look at that.
Oh!
Already here, but ooh, unfortunately makes a bit of a mistake with Justin Philipar now throwing down a pretty decent lead line. Look at this big transition.
Ooh, yes,
Jaden Harris
good,
sticks
good.
with him, stays on
Yeah,
the
there
door.
we go.
Look at that. Jaden Harris trying to stick it to the door of Justin Philipar here. As Philipar throwing down a pretty good lead line. Will it be
On
enough,
the
though? We're not
inside there.
sure. We're going to have to take it to the judges. That's a bit of a sloppier battle. We'll have to see if the judges want to run it one more time or not. Quite a few
Yeah,
mistakes from
and it
both
looks
of
like
these
the
guys.
judges already have a decision. That was a quick one. And we'll be flipping it to the judges' screen. And swipe left for Jaden Harris, swipe right for Justin Philipar, and Rise will be going left, Artix will be going left, and Tyre will be going left, and Jaden Harris will get the win in that Escruco F22, and sadly Justin Philipar will have to put it back in the trailer.
Definitely unfortunate for Justin Philipar, but awesome for Jaden Harris being a newcomer to the series, winning his first battle. Awesome to see it. We'll love to see these guys go at it.
Yeah, and it looks like our next battle will be Robert versus Arius Yamantas, but it looks like Robert is not here, so it might be Arius Yamantas for a buy run. Obviously, another Escuco driver there. A lot of them here today. Obviously, I'm very biased because I am part of Escuco, but I will admit, very last battle, Jane did make some mistakes, and he needs to tighten up because it's not going to be easy in his next battle, as it'll be him versus Arius here. So that's going to be a very good battle.
For sure, but here we go. Listen and learn as Arius Diamantis comes around and does his buy run here to finish out our top 32.
Yeah, and if you have any bass boost on, your ears are getting vibrated right now.
Alrighty, and I believe that's going to do it for our top 32. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick ad break here. We'll read off our drivers for top 16. It's going to be Ernestus Jakubelis versus Kieran Bond. We're going to have Marcel Studzinski versus Eamon Naoe. Vitaly Izev versus Jack Cliff. Cameron Mustard versus Anthony Taylor. Then moving to the other side, we have William Holloway versus Mark O'Rourke, James Young versus John Elgood, Connor Falvey and Owen Magner, and to round out our top 16, Jaden Harris versus Arius Jomantis. Sorry for butchering the name there, but we will see you here in but a moment for top 16.
None of them boy, they no bad. None of them boy, they no bad. None of them boy, they no bad. Bad man, still power to some archbishop. Them no bad. Who them from me?
I'll be irritating.
Just you and me with the skate girl tonight.
Firestorm, 'cause I turn into a monster. Ready for the war, with a wig of black. None of them boy, they no bad. None of them boy, they no bad. None of them boy, they no bad. Bad man, still power to some archbishop. Them no bad. Who them from me?
skate girl tonight.
Let's go.
Firestorm, 'cause I turn into a monster. Ready for the war, with a wig of black. None of them boy, they no bad. None of them boy, they no bad. None of them boy, they no bad. Bad man, send power to some archbishop. Them no bad. Who them from me?
I'll be dating.
Just you and me with the skate girl tonight.
of them boy, they no bad. None of them boy, they no bad. None of them boy, they no bad. Black man, silver power to some archbishop. Them no bad. Who them from me?
I'll be dating.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We have our top 16 just about to start here. This is Ernestus Jacoblis versus Kieran Bond. Two very talented drivers, two very interesting vehicles here. And we're going to get ready to send them here in a moment. I believe we're looking at the wrong camera, actually.
And what? We're doing different camera angles, you know. We're just spicing it up, you know. So, you know, one thing I want to ask: do you think Kieran Bond is related to James Bond?
Well,
Yeah.
considering James Bond's last name isn't actually James Bond, it's a James Young.
No,
I'm
like the
thinking
real one.
no.
Like the real one, you know.
You know, maybe a distant
Right,
connection
right now.
here.
Dun, dun, dun,
Alrighty,
dun.
here we go. Ernestus Jacoblis in the lead position
Oh.
with Kieran Bond right on the door. Look at
Look
that
at
big
that.
proximity through the section of the corner. Coming out of this outside clip, Kieran Bond falls off, doesn't quite have the proximity he needs to have, but getting upon a
lot of
Ernestus
speed.
Jacoblis. Look at this, quite a bit of speed coming down the hill here. Jacoblis looking really good in that lead position, but Bond putting it on the door, not leaving any room to be desired. Beautiful job from both of these drivers. Excellent way to kick off our top 16. But Alex, what are you thinking so far before we send these guys for the second half?
Yeah, Kieran Bond making a massive mistake on the first corner. You can see him just trying to dive in, but then for his angle to try stop his speed and momentum from going into Ernestus, but it just couldn't stop it, and it just nearly span out, to be honest. But he kept it. He did what he did, and it's going to be quite harsh on him, but here we go.
Here we go. Kieran Bond in the lead position now. Ernestus Jacoblis nicely done on the initiation. Bond looking really good, but Ernestus all over the side of him. Look at that. Kieran Bond throwing out a beautiful lead line, but Ernestus Jacoblis using it to gain the best proximity he can. Look at this, right all over the side of Kieran Bond here as they come around here. That 880 Supra looking really good, but Jacoblis all over the side of him. Look at that, finishing out the run. A great way to kick off our top 16.
Very nice from Ernestus there, putting it on the door, showing him what is up. But will it be enough? And we will see with the judges here. They're going to be watching the replay, make sure their calls are valid, and then they'll be giving us a decision.
An absolutely fantastic battle from both of these guys here. Looking at the replays, Alex, what are you thinking so far?
Yeah, I think maybe Ernestus has got this in the bag. Obviously, just way more aggressive and just overall did a bit better there than Kieran Bond.
Waiting here on a call from the judges. Apologies for the dead air. It's hard to talk about a battle that was just so good here, but Kieran Vaughn making that mistake in the lead position. With that Nestes Jakubelis just being the robot that he is, trying to keep himself locked in for that top 8 spot. We're trying to get these drivers going here.
Yeah, and obviously one of the judges is really looking into this. But we will have to find out what he thinks when he finds out what he thinks. But we just got to sit here, you know. It's all about the patience, the waiting game, and these drivers just have to deal with that and put on a show.
Comedy club, yeah, I got the backing, no backtracking.
Here we go, swiping left for Anestas, swiping right for Kieran, and barely let me finish here. Anestas gets the win.
Very nice.
Unanimously. Moving on, Alex, who's up
next? The next battle is Marcel Szynski versus Eamon Naoui. Naoui, whatever it is. I can't. But yeah, here we go. Marcel Szynski in that lead position and Eamon in the chase. Let's see what these drivers can do. Waiting for the judges to send them off.
Here we go, Marcel and Eamon. Alrighty, here we go. Marcel Szynski and Eamon Naoui here. Marcel pulling a big gap on Eamon here. Wow. Look at that. Beautiful job in the lead position, firing it out nicely down into these outside clips.
He's
Eamon is just nowhere to be found. It's an inactive chase practically. Marcel Szynski finishing out the run so far, looking pretty good coming down the hill, and Eamon just cannot seem to find the proximity as Marcel brings it around and comes into this last outside zone, finishing in the run with Eamon just a little bit too far back to even be considered a factor in that chase, unfortunately.
Yeah, and he's gonna have to hope Marcel makes a massive mistake here, because that is a very big deduction.
And here we go, Marcel Szynski on the door of Eamon here. Eamon looking really good in the lead position, but will it be enough here? Marcel's putting it on the door here of Eamon. Big transition here, big proximity. Marcel lunging up, a little bit of a back off there, just trying to get it into this outside zone and stick with him here, finishing out the run on this last corner. Nicely done. Beautiful job from both of these guys, but unfortunately, I don't think it was enough for Eamon to come out on top.
Yeah, 100%. I think Marcel was the more dominant person in this battle. Obviously, Eamon just not being able to keep up with that S15. And yeah, we already have a decision, so we'll be going to the judges' screen and swipe him left for Marcel Szynski and swipe him right for Eamon Naoui. And Rise goes left, Arctics go left, and will it be unanimous? And Marcel Szynski gets the win, unanimous decision, and he'll be moving on to the top 8. Eamon will have to be putting it back onto the trailer, but good driving, mate. And yeah, let's go. Next battle is very interesting, Austin. Vitaly Isaev versus Jack Cliff. And then the battle after that, which I'm even more invested in myself. You got to think, Cameron Mustard versus Anthony Taylor. That is gonna be crazy.
For sure, that's gonna be one of our better battles of today, I imagine. But let's stay focused as we are looking here at Vitaly Isaev and Jack Cliff. Two very talented drivers. Vitaly taking down Simon Sandman, they're sensational in the top 32, with Jack Cliff taking out Gerd Kubarsep. And here we go. Vitaly Isaev in the lead position. Jack Cliff in the chase. Here we go. Vitaly looking really solid on the initiation, but Jack not letting him
very nice on the
Look at that beautiful job from Jack Cliff as they come around the outside clip. Nicely done. Vitaly throwing down a beautiful lead line, but Jack is not letting him go. Look at that, putting the pressure on around this outside cliff.
That PH drift,
a
that's
beautiful
13.
lead driver, but Jack Cliff, man, he is just putting it on. He's doing a fantastic job. Absolutely insane. We'll have to see how this goes on the flip side of this battle. I am excited. Now we'll see Vitaly Isev in the chase and Jack Cliff in the lead.
Yeah, and we'll have to see how it goes. These guys are both old teammates that used to be on the same team, so they're going to be fighting each other to assert dominance over one another. And Jack Cliff's going to be in that lead position, and here we go. Oh! As we would say, that is a classic.
It is impressive to me how well you do that, but unfortunately Vitaly Isev sleeps on the line. It might have been a restart, possibly.
And here we go. Let's see if he's gonna do it again.
Isev. Here we go. Now he's actually going to take off here. Jack Cliff in the lead position.
Side by side.
Wow, side-by-side
Oh my
initiation
God.
with Jack Cliff throwing out a beautiful lead line with Vitaly Isev trying to be on the door. Big proximity
Oh,
here,
yeah,
coming around the
big
transition. Big
transition.
snappy transition. Here we go. Isev looking really good. A little bit of a door tap there on Jack Cliff. Cliff takes it in his stride, keeps the run going. Look at that, run the outside zone. Nicely done, finishing out the course. Beautiful job from both of these drivers.
Yeah, and that's a very good battle from them two there, obviously. Jack Cliff coming out of nowhere and just saying, here I am, take shots at me. And yeah, Vitaly maybe getting a bit too aggressive coming off that transition. If we look here, let's look at Jack Cliff's smoke, because you can tell. Yeah, so the smokes are all, it's a bit weird. It might be the way the camera goes, but it looks like Vitaly either jumped or Jack just slowed down. But we'll have to let the judges decide that with their telemetry. But we will be waiting for the judges' decision here. Obviously, they will have to dissect everything that's happened during this battle and watch everything. And there's also a diesel zone at that point, so technically, yeah, as one of you guys put it out in chat, so technically that could be deemed Vitaly's fault there. So it's going to be a very tight call for them guys. And we'll wait for the judge's decision. Yeah, as you can see, Jack Cliff putting on a very aggressive chase on that PH 180SX, and then Vitaly Isev in that IRT Supra putting it onto Jack Cliff's door. But there is a diesel zone there, but it doesn't really look like Jack dieseled that much. It looks like Vitaly just dived and yeah, just chewed more than he could eat.
For sure, seeing the writing on the wall, and it spells interesting battle.
There we
here
go.
With,
And
the
we've got
judges having to take a look here.
We've got a decision, so we'll be swiping them left for Vitaly Isev and swiping them right for Jack Cliff. Which way will they go? And 1, 2, and 3, a unanimous decision. Jack Cliff will get the win, and he will be moving on to the top 8. And next battle is a very interesting battle. Here we go.
Cameron Mustard versus Anthony Taylor. Now, Anthony Taylor's fresh to battles. He had a bye run in his top 32, so this will be his first battle of the day, but Cameron Mustard is already freshened up and has done a battle, so it's going to be interesting to see how these guys go at it here. Cameron Mustard going to be, I believe, in the lead, and Anthony Taylor going to be in the chase.
Yeah, Cameron Mustard in that Jap side, 32, and Anthony Taylor in that HGK Eurofighter. So it's going to be two very different cars, two very different drivers, and they're going to put it down on the track for us to watch. And wait for the judges to send them off with that light. They press a button and they will be off.
And there we go. Light goes green. Anthony Taylor going to be chasing in Cameron Mustard. Here we go. Cameron setting it in. Beautiful
big dive.
initiation. Anthony Taylor could be a little bit closer, but still has some
He's coming
proximity. Putting it on the door of Cameron Mustard. Look at this. Big transition.
very
Cameron
big
Mustard
dive.
getting onto the outside clip. Nicely done, but Anthony Taylor
Very
not
nice.
backing him down, not giving him an inch, not letting him take that mile. Look at this. Around this outside clip. Nicely done with Anthony Taylor putting it onto the door for the end of that run. Beautiful job for the first half of that battle. Now we're going to get them lined back up here. We'll have Anthony Taylor in the lead position and Cameron Mustard in the chase. Super fantastic first half of this battle here. Now Cameron Mustard in the chase, Anthony Taylor in the lead, getting ready to send them here. The lights go on, the lights go green, and here we go. Anthony Taylor, Cameron Mustard chasing him in. Anthony throws it in, big initiation, nicely done on the
Very
outside.
nice. Oh, Cameron
Nicely
Mustard.
done, but Cameron Mustard is all over the
Oh
side
my
of him.
god, on the transition!
Look at that bumper to
Oh my
bumper
God.
transition. Anthony Taylor looks moves
On
off in
the
the lead
front.
position.
Oh
Cameron
my
Mustard
God.
will not budge. He said,
How?
"Give me that."
How is this possible? Oh my God.
Out the run. Alex can't stop screaming. What a battle, ladies and gentlemen. That was some of the best driving I have seen all day today. What a
Yeah, I don't- if we-
battle. The judges are going to have quite a bit to discuss. Alex, have you calmed down? Are you able to tell us what your
Yeah,
thoughts
so
are?
if we go to the single replay of Cameron Mustard's chase, I might be able to do a bit more accurate commentary on this one. It's like, hello, sir, knock, 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 I'm here to talk about your car's extended warranty. I mean, sir, come back here now. You see, he just doesn't look at it. Just admire that for a minute. On the door, but Anthony Taylor did mimic a bit better there. So we're gonna see from the judges that was insane from Cameron Mustard, showing people how you're meant to chase on this track. But Anthony Taylor doing an amazing job as well, so let's not count him out. I think we're all a bit speechless over here.
We love to see battles that are this close, and Anthony Taylor definitely putting up one hell of a fight. But Cameron Mustard, man, just on another level, absolutely. Look at the chase here. That's the big noticeable gap here where Cameron Mustard kind of pulled that gap on Anthony Taylor. Taylor had to kind of work to get the car back up onto the door, but he managed to find the proximity towards the second half of the course and did a fantastic job in the chase. But Cameron Mustard, just, you can't sleep on this man. That Jeff Speed R32 is just sending it, having a good time out there, looking really fun to drive.
Yeah, good stuff from both drivers here. Praises go to both of them. And yeah, we'll be waiting for the judge's decision between these two. Obviously, it's just very hard. Both drivers trying their hardest here.
Just waiting on a call from the judges.
Yeah, it's a very long wait here. There's a lot to dissect during that run to the end, guys.
We don't have much trouble here, and I like it that way. Everything is clear, so I'ma stay with you. I won't play with you.
Waiting on a call from the judges. Not much we can talk about while we wait for them to do that here. But look at that. Those two very beautiful cars, that R32 and that HDK E92. We love to see it.
Yeah, these two guys just putting down a masterclass of the runs here.
And here we go. Finally, swipe him left for Cameron Mustard, swipe him right for Anthony Taylor. It's going to be one more time from
Whoa, here we go.
Rise. And Arctic says...
Oh, and
Taylor and Tyce is Anthony Taylor. Anthony Taylor gets the win over Cameron Mustard. Although not unanimously, but he will be moving on to our top 8.
yeah, that's going to be very interesting for them guys. And we will see. And moving on to the next battle, which isn't no slouch any as well. William Holloway versus Mark O'Rourke. That's gonna be one hell of a battle that's coming up right now. So let's not get discouraged. We wait for them to come to the line.
William Holloway and Mark O'Rourke.
Cause I turn into a monster. Ready for the war. With a wig of black. None of them boy, they no bad. None of them boy, they no bad. None of them boy, they no bad.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to kick off the second half of this top 16, starting with the battle between William Holloway and Mark O'Rourke. You can see here we've already got some of our drivers here slotted into the top 8. We've got Marcel Studzinski and I guess somebody hasn't been slotted in, but Jack Cliff and Anthony Taylor, though. We will see who is going to make it in.
Yeah, and it will be an Estas going against Marcel.
Yes, it just didn't quite show up just right.
And here we go. RX-7 versus A80 Supra. Two very OG drivers here in the community. Both at different sides of the community as well. So this is going to be a very highly anticipated battle between these guys.
Alrighty, lights go red, lights go green, and here we go. William Holloway in the lead position, I believe. It's hard to quite see. Here we go. Look at that beautiful job by Marco O'Rourke right on the door of that RX-7. Look at that big transition here. We'll see Marco O'Rourke right up on the door of William Holloway. What a battle so far. William Holloway doing a really good job into this outside clip with Marco O'Rourke not letting a piece of paper get in between those two. Look at that big finish to that run. What a run. And we'll see them swap it around here in just a moment. Marco O'Rourke, William Holloway. Lights light up, they go green, and here we go. William Holloway in the chase position, Marco O'Rourke in the lead position. Here we go, big initiation. We love to see it, but William Holloway falling back just a little bit, trying to keep it onto the door of Marco O'Rourke. Mark looking really solid in the lead position, but William Holloway not backing down, putting it onto the door of that A80 Supra. Look at that Marco
Very
in
big.
these outside clips, nicely done. William Holloway putting on the pressure.
we go.
Maybe not quite as tight as Mark was, but Mark looking really good.
There we
In
go.
that lead position, angling up towards
Very
the line and
nice.
finishing out the run strong.
Yeah, very good run by them two, and yeah, it's a very tight battle there. Mark having a lot of proximity through here on the door, just absolutely staying off of the back bumper somehow there, diving in onto the door, just running his door all the way around this corner. Not even a piece of paper could fit in between them right here. Then you can see him on that left foot, trying to control the car speed and just absolutely eating that RX-7 up. And yeah, I think William Holloway, a bit of gap there, but dives in onto the door. You can see Marco Rick on a good lead line, maybe cut a bit of the track there. William diving, but way lower angle to Mark there, basically bumper to door. But here we go, sort of getting it back on, getting door to door there, but it's the same again, bumper to door. And I think that will hinder him in the judging call.
For sure, a couple of mistakes from both drivers, but the judges are going to be splitting hairs, trying to see who made the most mistakes, who did the best job here on the lead and the chase. And that is how drifting works. We are a judged sport, and anybody watching should know that. William Holloway and Marco O'Rourke, very solid battle. It'll be interesting to see what the judges think.
100%. And of course, as traditional SVDS judges, will be waiting 10 minutes for the call. I mean, I'm joking, but obviously they're dissecting every single thing they can do and make sure no one has a reason to moan.
Waiting on a call here from the judges. Definitely a hard decision to make. Definitely don't envy the judges, to be honest. They have a hard job when it comes to these kind of battles, for sure.
Yeah, 100%. And then, making the wrong call is a massive mistake in this sport. So they're trying their hardest here. And I don't think any calls have been controversial yet. So they're doing a very good job up there. And they're making sure everyone's having a good, happy time. Except for if you're losing. That looks like we have a decision. And we'll be going to the judging screen.
Here we go. Swipe from left for William Holloway. Swipe from right for Marco O'Rourke.
Oh,
But one more time from... Oh, and it's going to be... Will it
Yeah,
be
it's good.
unanimous? No,
No.
it will not, but it is going one more time. William Holloway and Mark O'Rourke going at it again.
Yeah, I'd say a good call from the judges there. Gonna make the drivers step it up for another battle and make sure no mistakes are made and clean up whatever mistakes they have.
Here we go. William Holloway now back in the lead position, and Mark O'Rourke now in the chase position again. And we're gonna get the lights going and send him for this one more time battle. And here we go. William Holloway in the lead position. Mark O'Rourke in the chase. Big initiation from William Holloway. Mark O'Rourke not backing down. Oh, big contact. William Holloway goes wide. Has to check up. Make sure that the car doesn't go off track here. Mark O'Rourke looking really solid. Lunging in. Ooh, putting more contact off the door.
God. Sends him into the gravel. Oh my God.
Holloway. Good lord, Alex.
Yeah, as we said, a bit too aggressive there from Mark O'Rourke. But here we go.
Here we go. Mark O'Rourke in the lead position. William Holloway right on the door in the chase. Much better than the first run here, but nosing in, putting it up on the door. Same spot. Little bit of nudging here from William Holloway, putting it on Mark O'Rourke's door. Big transition. Trying not to hit Mark O'Rourke in the same spot here. William Holloway looking really good on the side of that A80 Supra and that RX-7 FD. Look at this. Around the outside clip. Nicely done.
Very nice.
Last corner. Ooh, a little bit less angle than he should have had as William Holloway, but still finishing out the run solid. And we'll be taking to the judges here in a moment to figure out what their decision is.
Yeah, and they would be looking at replay, obviously, for contact. They have to look at a replay multiple times to make sure that they use what it is. I'm waiting for
a call from the judges.
Like we're about seeing the
We'll have a
exact same
similar
thing.
level of patience.
Yeah. Well, at least someone didn't end up doing triple backflips off of the bank.
Fair enough.
the plus
William
side.
Holloway came close.
Yeah, came close, but he didn't do what Conor Fowley did earlier. Doing ballerina on the fence. And we're waiting for one more judge to make a decision. Oops.
Alrighty, here we go. Swipe from left for William Holloway. Swipe from right for Mark O'Rourke. And Mark O'Rourke gets the win. They believe that William Holloway must have decelled outside of a decel zone. And that might have been what led to the contact. So Mark O'Rourke will be taking home the win and going to top 8.
Yeah, an upset there and a half, but it looked like judges caught something that we didn't see. So it looked like Mac will be going on to the top 8. So next it'll be James Young versus John Elgood.
You'll see those lights go red and then go green, and John Elgood will take off, followed by James Young. Here we go, John Elgood, James Young, here we go. John and James, here we go. John Elgood taken out and
Very big gap.
With James Young falling back behind. John Elgood doing a really good job in the lead position, still pulling a gap with James Young going to be lunging in, trying to gain the proximity, but just can't seem to find it here with John Elgood putting down a beautiful lead line. James Young finally finds some proximity here, but will it be too little too late? And yes, it looks like it might be, because he did fall off again there. Just doesn't quite have the pace to match that Nissan Z.
Yeah, and obviously that being a brand new chassis, I could see why it's that fast. Obviously, Z's are known for being fast already, so putting more development into it does that. And there we go. John Elgood, a bit of a gap there.
And here we go, look at that. Yeah, James Young doing a pretty good job, though, in the lead position. John Elgood, a bit of contact on the transition, it looks like. John Elgood possibly getting a bit too, overzealous there in the chase position. But, hey, you know what? The run kept going. James Young keeps it on the course, and they finish out the run. Look at that.
Yeah, the judges are going to like this one. Obviously, very similar chase runs, actually. Except from the fact John Elgood did catch up, but obviously it looks like there was a big contact there on the transition, so that could swing it into the other driver's hands.
It's possible for sure.
Will James Bond take down another high-value target?
Okay. We're still on the James Bond thing here today.
Hey, at least it isn't talking about bacon wrapped turkey, okay?
Hey, okay, bacon wrapped turkey is delicious, and it is at screen time, okay?
See, now imagine a bacon wrapped tire, so the tire smoke would smell like bacon.
Yeah, but that's just a waste of good bacon, though.
Yeah, but like it's sort of, it is what it is, you know?
You want to do that, just add some, like, bacon air freshener into the tire compound when you make the
Yeah, but it's not the same. You don't get that extra grip.
Oh, you bacon would offer extra grip, Alex.
Yeah, sure.
Uh-huh.
And welcome to SVDS Chronicles, where the commentator go completely off of script.
We're not supposed to admit that there's a script.
Oh wait, what? Oh shit. Yeah. But anyway, James Young versus John Elgood, and it looks like the judges are making a decision. But yeah, we'll be waiting for these judges to make
All
a
fun and
decision.
games until the illusion falls apart.
And it looks like the judges may have a decision. But we'll wait until it comes up on the screen to be sure.
Alright, swiping left for James Young, swiping right for John Elgood. Rise, Arctics, and 30.
And there we go. Unanimous decision. James Bond taking down another high value target.
Okay. James Young is just not allowed to have his own last name, apparently.
No. Hey, I would want to be called James Bond. Don't you think that's cool? Okay. Only me then. Oh, here we go. It's a battle of hardstyle. Owen Magner versus Connor Falvey.
Oh, there
This
we
is
go.
going to be interesting.
Leave Connor Falvey in the lead.
Yeah, it looks like it. No, that is Owen Magner in the lead.
Alrighty. Oh, Magny are going to be leading in. Connor Falvey here. The stream is quite dead.
Yep, they're waiting for some more action. And turkey wrap tires.
Bacon wrapped tires. Thank you very much. Here we go.
Oh my
Owen Magner
god.
in the lead. Connor Falvey in the chase. Here we go. Owen Magner throwing it in. Big initiation. Nicely done. Connor Falvey a little bit sloppy in that chase position. Keeping the proximity, but not quite the cleanliness here with that.
Oh, big die. Oh,
Magner
straight.
looking good in the lead position. Connor Falvey again just it seems like he's struggling in the chase position. Either his car is a little bit too gripped up or
Oh, there we
he's
go.
just on a
Getting on
bad
the floor.
line here. But Owen Magner throwing down a beautiful lead line and finishing out the run nice and strong.
Very good indeed. We'll be swapping them around. And yeah, ignore my stroke and forgetting what bacon is and just calling it turkey. But oh my god, massive jump from Owen Magner, and he still somehow gets a gap.
Alrighty, here we go. Owen Magner in the chase position. Look at that. Connor Falvey running a pretty decent lead line. Owen Magner, though, putting it on the door of Connor Falvey. Look at that beautiful run from both of these guys so far here. Owen Magner, look at that. Throwing down a beautiful chase line. But, ooh, just as I said, a couple of mistakes from Connor Falvey throwing down a pretty good lead line, finishing out the run. Nice and strong for both of these guys.
Very nice. Tapping the back bumper coming out of the finish line. Very interesting there. And we'll let the judges dissect that and evaluate what they think. And, you know, these guys putting on a lot of action. Some people actually dialing down the aggression, trying to be smarter about this. But we'll wait for them to make decisions and get us going.
Just waiting now for a decision here.
And it's going to be a one more time. There we-
Connor Falvey. Owen Magner going one more time.
Yeah, and you see them battles lining up there. You can see some absolute robots in them lanes waiting to go.
There we go. Owen Magner in the lead position. Connor Falvey in the chase. Lights go red, lights go green. Here we go. Owen Magner in the
There
lead
we go.
position here, right at the center here. Big initiation.
Big
Connor
flick.
Falvey on the chase, but isn't quite getting the proximity he'd want here. Look at that, lunging in now, though, trying to get under the door of Owen Magner. Magner looking really solid here. Transition this outside clip. Falvey,
There we go.
Falvey putting
Way
on
better.
the pressure. Nicely done. A little bit of correction still from Connor Falvey, but Magner not being phased at all. Getting nice and deep into that outside clip. Coming into the end of the run here. And Falvey doing a pretty good job in the chase. Let's swap them around, boys.
Very nice. And that obviously Falvey cleaning up his mistakes and putting down a heater behind it with Magna. So let's see what Owen can do in that chase position. Not as big as a jump this time, but Owen
And
getting
here we
close.
go. Owen Magner chasing in Connor Falvey. Falvey looking really solid in the lead
Same
position,
gap.
but unfortunately Owen Magner not quite having the proximity through that section. Ooh, big correction from Falvey here. With Owen Magner trying to get up onto the side.
Big
of the
dive.
Connor Falvey. Look at that big dive here as Falvey
Oh, on
really
that
solid
door.
around this outside clip. But look at that. Magner putting the pressure on Falvey. A little bit shallow on that clip to start it, but gets into the A line decent and finishes out the run strong.
Yeah, and we'll be going on to another 24-hour wait for the judges. But yeah, the judges are going to be making a decision. And
Look at that YouTube video. I spent 24 hours waiting for a judge call. Gone wrong.
and yeah,
Called.
we'll be waiting for this. But next battle will be Jaden Harris versus Arias Yamantas as well. That's going to be a good battle. The top 4 is shaping up to be insane. This is going to be a top 4.5, or top 8 even, isn't it? Yeah. Half of the battles are what I consider final battles, but they're in the top 8, which is absolutely insane. It looks like maybe the judges have a decision. I don't know yet. And it looks like we have a decision between Connor Falvey and Owen Magna. Swipe on left for Connor Falvey, swipe on right for Owen Magna. And where will Rise go? Rise will go right. All 3 will go right. And that's a unanimous decision for Owen Magna, and he will get the win. And we'll be having a short ad break before we go into our top 8, and we'll see you on the flip side.
Wait, don't we still have a Jaden Harris versus Arias Jomantis battle?
Nope, that's in the top 8. Oh yeah, we do actually. Never mind. Yeah, never mind. Bit of a mistake, miscommunication. There we go.
Jaden Harris versus Arias Jomantis. Arias?
Arias. Arias Yamantas.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that first name. Here we go. Jaden Harris and Arias Jomantis. Right in ascended here. Jaden Harris, a friend of mine. Super cool to see him be doing as well as he is. And we'll see if he can get himself into the top 8. The lights go red, the lights go green, and here we go. Jaden Harris in that lead position. Arias ready to send it in here. Jaden Arias, look at that big initiation. Jaden pulls a bit of a gap. Arias has a bit of a correction there. Jaden, though, looking really solid in the lead position, but Arias just not giving him any room. Look at that, Arias.
There we go.
Look at that, putting the pressure on, pushing Jaden through the course. Finishing on stronger, both of these drivers. Jaden Harris, look at that, beautiful job in that lead position, but Arias taking advantage of it.
Arias doing an absolute banger there for Jaden. He'll get to see the second half of this battle. Jaden knows he's going to have to put on a heater. Arias being behind him. So here we go.
And here we go. Jaden Harris chasing in.
Side by side.
Here we go. Side by side.
Oh
Jaden Harris
my
initiates
God.
right on the door of Arius Diamantis. Here we go. Coming around this outside clip. Jaden Harris not giving him any room. Transition and now trying to get up onto the door
bit of
of
a
Arius
gap.
Diamantis. Here we go.
There we
Bit of a
go.
gap, but reels him back in. Arius looking really solid in that lead position. That 400 speed
good.
looking really good going around the track.
Very
here.
nice.
Jaden Harris putting the pressure on and finishing out the run strong. Wow, what a battle.
Very nice there. And, well, there he is. They're going to do some rings in the middle of the track while they wait for the judge's decision. Very nice. You see, I think Arius made a bit of a mistake, and the understeer there. You see, just that understeer there, that might cost him a tiny bit, but diving in onto the door here, just taking advantage of all that proximity he can gain, and just pushing Jaden down this. We just literally see him slightly tapping Jaden down that hill. And Jaden not being phased whatsoever. Side by side initiation. Got very phased there, but it looks like the judges are trying to dissect it.
From the judges, but looks pretty clear and concise about who had the advantage or not.
And there we go, we have a decision.
Jaden Harris, Arius Diamantis, swipe from left, swipe from right. That's one judge, two judge, and three judge saying Jaden Harris gets the win and moves on to the top 8.
And now,
See it. And now we get to take a quick ad break and load in our top 8 drivers. We'll see you guys soon.
bye bye.
Cause I turn into a monster. Ready for the war. With a flag. None of them boy, they no bad. None of them boy, they no bad. None of them boy, they no bad.
girl tonight.
Let's go.
Firestorm, 'cause I turn into a monster. Ready for the war, with a flag. None of them boy, they no bad. None of them boy, they no bad. None of them boy, they no bad.
I'll be irritating.
Top 8 of round 1 of SVDS Series 2. We have our first 2 drivers already setting it here. It might be a practice run, or it's a battle here.
Yeah, it's a battle. Here we go.
Aridus. No,
No,
who
Ernestas.
is this?
Ernestas Marcel Zazinski.
Oh,
contact.
Ernestas and Marcel Studzinski already setting it by the time we brought down the bracket here. Look at that. Beautiful
There we
run from
go.
both of these drivers. Marcel Studzinski now going to be in the lead position with Ernestas chasing. There we go. Marcel Studzinski. It is Marcel Studzinski. There we go. Marcel versus Aridus Sadauskas. Let's go. Here we go. Look at this. Marcel Studzinski. Ernestas Jakubelis. That's right. I keep forgetting. Man, listen, all right? These European names, I can't deal with them. But you know what they can deal with? It's proximity here. Look at this. Beautiful job here on Ernestas Jakubelis. Beautiful job here in the chase position. Marcel doing a nice job in the lead position. And man,
360.
360 for 100 points.
And then automatically Marcel wins the battle. Joking, but yeah, it will be going on to the judging call for that one. And yeah, we'll see who wins the Ernestas Jakubelis or Marcel Zazinski when they get ready. But obviously, a good run from these two. Marcel making a bit of a mistake in his chase, tapping Ernestas a tiny bit. cutting the line a bit there, dropping the tire maybe, or just hanging the bumper a bit too far over. Very nice lead line there on the white line, on the edge, painting every single white line he can have. Comes around there on the white line again, and that's just doing a blinder of a chase. Just, we don't need to talk about it at that point. It's just, yeah, it just is what it is. But here we go. There's a judging call. And we'll be popping it up on screen. Swipe them left for Nestas. Swipe them right for Marcel. And let's see where they go. 1, 2, and 3. And Nestas gets a unanimous decision. And he'll be moving on to the top 4. Sadly, Marcel will have to put it away back onto the trailer.
Hey, but grade 8's nothing to see that here.
And here we go. Back at it again. Jack Cliff versus Anthony Taylor. This is going to be a very entertaining battle. These two drivers proving their point in the top 16. So we'll be waiting for what they do next.
Alrighty, the lights will go red, then they'll go green, and Jack Cliff will take off, followed in by Anthony Taylor here.
You can see them both squatting the cars on the handbrake, getting ready to take off.
And here we go. Jack Cliff in the lead position. Anthony Taylor in the chase. Here we go. Jack Cliff sending it in. Big initiation.
On the
Anthony Taylor
door.
right there with him. Oh, in. Almost contact, but didn't get it there. Jack Cliff
On the edge.
Position. Anthony Taylor just trying to keep it on the door for the chase position. Look at that nosing in. A little bit of a tap on Jack Cliff's door, but look at that beautiful run so far. Anthony all over the side of that 180SX.
On that door.
Out the run, beautiful run for both of these drivers. Jack Cliff, fantastic lead run, but Anthony Taylor was just all over him in the chase. A little bit sloppy with some of the lunges and having to fall back a little bit, but I'm sure he'll want to clean it up before that lead run. Jack Cliff gonna have to put on a pretty good chase here.
Yeah, and we'll wait for the judges to send them off. Obviously, Jack Cliff doing a very good run there. Maybe a bit of a decel on the first corner, or Anthony Taylor diving in, but we'll get to that.
There we go. Anthony Taylor in the lead position now. Jack Cliff in the chase. Big initiation. Jack Cliff all over the side of Anthony Taylor. Oh, a little bit of a contact there.
And overtakes him. Oh,
he overtakes him.
Oh,
Anthony Taylor pushed him off the track.
God
See
damn.
what the judges think. It'd be nice to get a nicer camera angle at the replay, but
Yeah,
super hard to tell here. But Anthony Taylor comes in, and I can't see crap because the stream, I can count the pixels on it. All I see is a slight blob of lime green getting punted off the course.
Yeah, and obviously, judges being a bit quick with that one, and I think they're already half of them have decided, but we'll wait for one more. And here we go, swipe him left for Jack Cliff, swipe him right for Anthony Taylor, and we'll see where it goes. 1, 2,
1, 2, 3.
and 3.
Unanimously, Anthony Taylor gets the win, and we'll be moving on to our final 4.
Yeah, next battle we will be moving on to is Mark O'Rourke versus James Young. And that'll be a pretty interesting battle there for them guys.
Mark O'Rourke versus James Bond. Our high-value target eliminator today.
James Bond being, see, I've said it that much, I'm accidentally saying it now.
Mark O'Rourke in the lead position. I believe this is 2 A80 Supras going at it.
Yeah, James Young in the chase.
2 identical Forza model rips.
Yeah, it's like there's 2 red bands on the track. Oh my god.
Right? Except none of them are going to go into a wall, hopefully.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, waiting for the judges to send them off.
And here we go. Let's go red. Let's go green. Mark O'Rourke takes James Young on a trip here. Ready to send it in here. Beautiful initiation from Marco O'Rourke with James Young trying to keep the proximity on the door here.
On the door.
Marco O'Rourke works his way out to that outside clip. James Young chasing him in. Look at this, lunging in, trying to find the proximity. Oh, has a big correction there. Has to make up the ground coming into this next outside clip. Marco O'Rourke, though, running a phenomenal, almost flawless lead run here.
Very nice.
James Young, unfortunately, makes a bit of a mistake there at the end, too, but nice battle from both of these guys. Here we go. Second half of the battle. James Young going to be in the lead. Marco O'Rourke in the chase position. Here we go. James Young sending it in. Marco O'Rourke right up on the door. Loses a bit of ground here.
Look at that bit of a correction.
Outside clips here. James Young looking pretty decent in the lead position, but Marco O'Rourke trying to keep that proximity. Big transition, bumper to bumper. Marco O'Rourke has to lunge in here. James Young making a bit of a mistake there going into this outside clip here. Look at this. Marco O'Rourke, though. Oh, bit of contact it looked like. I couldn't tell what was going on there. The finish of the run there. Pretty, honestly, a pretty sloppy battle for our top 8 here.
Yeah. And obviously, the judges are already making their
I think we
decision.
cursed them, telling them that their cars look like Rad Dan's cars. Now they're just crashing into each other uncontrollably.
But yeah, it looks like the judges have already made the decision, maybe. And we will be look at that. Oh yeah, big contact there. But didn't look at phasing too much. It might have just been a bit of a lag spike. But we will see.
Waiting for a decision from the judges.
And swipe him left for Marco O'Rourke, swipe him right for James Young. 1, 2, and 3 unanimous decision for Marco O'Rourke, and he'll be going on to the top 4. And sadly, James Young will put it back onto the trailer. And there we go, Jaden Harris versus Owen Magner.
This is going to be a battle. Jaden Harris, new to the series this season, but is quickly proving himself to be one hell of a contender. Owen Magner, a veteran of the series, has been here since day one. And look at that big initiation. Jaden Harris already on the side of Owen Magner. Look at this. Owen Magner, though, throwing down a beautiful lead line with Jaden Harris, trying to stick it onto the back of that. Oh, big transition with Jaden Harris lunging up onto the side of that S15. What a lunge. Jaden Harris again. Oh, contact. Oh, that is unfortunate. Jaden Harris showing a prowess that we didn't know he had in that chase position right up until that contact. He was putting down one of the most crazy chase runs I have seen all day. That was absolutely legendary. And the judges will have to be going to look at that, whether it was Owen Magner slowing down or Jaden Harris just being a bit too overzealous with it. But here we go. The light will go red, then it'll go green, and Jaden Harris will lead in Owen Magner. Here we go. Alrighty, and here we go. Light goes green. Jaden Harris sending it off the line here. Owen Magner getting a bit of a gap pulled on him. That looks like that starting procedure kind of backfired on him with Jaden Harris sending it in. Tail pulling a pretty decent gap, but Owen Magner makes up that gap. Big transition now. Owen Magner falling off, straightening up just a little bit, but Jaden Harris throwing out a beautiful job onto those outside clips. Look at this. Owen Magner finally finding the proximity, trying to put it up onto the door of that BMW, and Jaden Harris finishes out the run nice and strong. A little bit of contact after the line. These guys are friendly, but they're definitely duking it out.
Yeah, and we'll see who gets the win here. The judge is going to be analysing that run. Obviously, got to determine whose fault the contact was. As you see here, blinding transition from Jaden. Just absolutely insane there. And tapped there, and it looks like, yeah, it's just... It's a bit weird there. It just looks like Jaden was diving in, and at the same time Owen was angling up, getting ready for that tight corner, and it just looks like their front ends collided, which could be a hard one to judge there for the judges, but they will get over it. And a lot of people are saying they want Jay to win in the chat. So here we go. We'll see. These judges definitely taking a look at that call and making sure they do the right thing. Obviously, there's a lot we probably couldn't see, but there'll be a lot for us to dissect.
Never thought that you would be the one to show me what I'm made of. Never thought that you could be the one to show me how to really love. Oh, never thought that I could feel the way I do. It's like another dimension. Oh, who would have thought it could be me and you, me and you, me and you. I never thought I could feel anything like you got me feeling. Darling, it's almost surreal. Baby, you give love a new meaning. I never thought I could feel anything like you got me feeling. Darling, it's almost surreal. Baby, you give love a new meaning.
And it looks like we have a decision. And swipe him left for Owen Magna, swipe him right for Jaden Harris. There's one, there's for Owen Magna. And there's two, can it be unanimous? And three, Owen Magna will get the win and Jaden Harris will be knocked out. And Owen Magna will be going into the top four. Sadly, that contact was Jaden's fault, and yeah, just dived in a bit too much, got too aggressive, and was too greedy. So
that means we should be into our first battle of the top four.
Yeah, and it will be Ernestas Jakubelis versus Anthony Taylor.
Whoever wins this battle will be going into the finals. Whoever loses will be battling for third place. So here we go, Ernestas Jakubelis and Anthony Taylor. Here we go, big initiation. Anthony Taylor all over the side of Ernestas Jakubelis right from initiation. Ernestas looking really good here, coming into the next outside zone here. Big transition. Anthony Taylor lunges in, but has to back off. Doesn't want to go into the side of that S14 here. Ernestas looking really good. Anthony Taylor giving him a little bit of a love tap here as they come around this last outside zone. A beautiful job from both of these drivers. Let's line them up for the second half.
Yeah, very good battle from these two. And we'll be moving on to the second half here, switching them around, putting Ernestas in the chase, Anthony Taylor in the lead.
Alrighty. Waiting for the second run to start here. Anthony Taylor now in the lead. Ernestas Jakubelis in the chase.
Yeah, and we look like we're waiting to go.
And here we go. The green light goes on, and Anthony Taylor is going to be leading in Ernestas Jakubelis. Here we go. Big initiation from Anthony here with Ernestas right on the side of that
there 92.
We go. And that's putting the proximity on. Anthony Taylor having a beautiful lead line, but Ernestas is just the one to shine here. Putting it on the side of that car. Look at that. The proximity around this. Wow! Anthony Taylor,
my God!
Outside for Ernestas, just not wavering whatsoever. A beautiful chase run, masterclass on chase driving there from Ernestas Jakubelis. I think this might spell the end of Anthony Taylor for this round.
Yeah, very good chase run there by Nestas, doing the most he can possibly do to defeat Anthony Taylor, one of the higher ranking guys last series. We'll be waiting for the judges to make the decision.
Waiting on a call from the judges feels like waiting out the millennia.
Yeah, and they do take a while here.
Looking at these battles with a fine-tooth comb, trying to make sure we get the right calls here. Absolutely phenomenal showing from all of these drivers today. I mean, it has been one hell of an event for sure.
Just another day in this hell world, hey. I don't let it in, I get by, okay. Step through the fog.
Yeah, and it's just waiting and waiting here.
See, I was doing great till the happiness tax round 4 p.m. It just hits like that. Yeah, some of my best days still go bad. But you know, I've been trying to figure it out. Oh, there's gotta be some kind of reason why.
And it looks like they have a decision here. And we'll show it up. We're just waiting.
What?
This one. Yep. And it looks like it's gonna be one more time. They're going to be going back at it again. Nestas versus Anthony Taylor. Judges tried their hardest to find a winner, but they could not, so they're throwing all at it one more time.
Alrighty, here we go. Let's send them for this one more time battle. Nestas Jakubelis versus Anthony Taylor.
And there we go.
Green lights, and here we go. Nestas in the lead, Anthony Taylor in the chase. A little bit of a gap being pulled here, but Anthony Taylor gets up on the door nice and quick.
Diving in.
Beautiful job here in the lead position from Nestas Jakubelis, with Anthony Taylor just trying to put it on the side of that S4.
On the door.
What
Anthony
an aggressive lunge. Anthony Taylor wants this more than any other right now. Look at this on the A-line is Nestas Jakubelis, but
Very
Anthony
nice.
Taylor, just what a chase run.
Very nice from Anthony there. And we'll swap him around, put Nestas in the chase and Anthony in the lead. We know Nestas what he can do in that chase position, but can he overpower Anthony Taylor?
Here we go, Anthony Taylor in the lead position. Nestas Jakubelis ready to send it here. Anthony looking beautiful in the
Oh
initiation.
my, here we go again.
Go right with him. Look at this.
The
coming around
same
this
is like
outside
watching.
clip.
Oh my
Beautiful.
god.
Massive class in driving here from Anthony Taylor. Nestor Kubel lunging up, trying to get up onto the side of that E92, not catching the angle quite enough. But Anthony Taylor looking quite good on that sideline. Wow, what a battle this was!
Oh my god. It looks like Anestas just found all of his mistakes in the last battle and just corrected them. Same with Anthony Taylor. This could be a very difficult situation here for the judges. Both drivers putting it down as hard as possible, but Anestas putting in more. It looks like it's just putting that tiny bit more aggression, maybe a bit better on that lead run, and he might take it here. Could see the downfall of Anthony Taylor, but we never know. Anthony could take it and would see the downfall of Anestas. We're waiting and waiting and waiting as usual. But
Definitely, these close battles require a lot more, detail in terms of how they look at these battles.
yeah, 100%.
I'm alive. And still of the night. And I catch your eye as you walk on by. Could this be the night? See you turning back around. Make your way through the crowd. Sun sinks
And
low
these
as
judges are definitely taking their time.
as you're moving.
I think I could have a nap right now, but we've got to keep the energy up and wait.
Heartbeat racing, won't you show me a sign? You've been on my mind. Wish I could read.
It looks like we might have a call any second now. Judges are moving about in the sheets. And we could see anything happening.
And here we go. Swipe them left, swipe them right. Ernestus Jacoblis or Anthony Taylor.
Yeah, and it looks like it's gonna be Anestas' downfall. Unanimous
Anthony Taylor
decision.
gets the win and moves on to the finals.
It looks like Anthony Taylor's mimicking just overtook Anestas' proximity and just gave him way more points from being online and just being there way more consistently. And I think next it's an all-Irish battle. Mark O'Rourke versus Owen Magna. Can Owen Magna secure another podium in SVDS and get more prize money? Or will Mark O'Rourke take his day and get that first or second position in this top 4 battle?
Alrighty. Owen Magner in the lead position. Marco O'Rourke in the chase. Here we go. Gonna finally send them here. The lights will go red. They'll go green. Even though we'll barely see it up here in the booth. And here we go. Owen Magner in the lead position. Marco O'Rourke in the chase. Here we go. Owen Magner sending it in. Beautiful job on the initiation with Marco O'Rourke right on the side of Owen Magner. Look at that proximity. Marco O'Rourke, though, doing a fantastic job, but Owen Magner giving him a great lead. But Mark, look at that on the side of him. Absolutely fantastic proximity. The aggression is like no other. Marco O'Rourke is all over him. finishing out the run strong are both of these drivers. Owen Magner doing down a phenomenal lead run, but will it be enough? I mean, Marco O'Rourke was just all over Owen Magner. Here we go. Marco O'Rourke now in the lead position. Owen Magner in the chase. Here we go. Marco O'Rourke sending it in. Big angle. Look at that. Nicely done. Angling up here with Owen Magner, putting it on the side, but ooh, drops quite a bit of proximity here in the transition. Going to be lunging up, trying to gain it, but ooh, unfortunately, just has to make a bit of a correction. Oh, comes in a little bit too tight. Angles up. Marco O'Rourke keeps it going now through the track here, looking really solid, cool, calm, and composed, finishing out the run. Beautiful job from Marco O'Rourke, but Owen Magner unfortunately making quite a few mistakes. Hopefully that should make this decision a little bit easier for the judges.
Yeah, 100%. It seems that Owen Magner was just putting on too much pressure for him to handle himself. And look at Marco O'Rourke was just running away with the results. But we'll have to see, because we're no judges up here. So we'll have to see what the judges say.
Alrighty. Waiting on the judge's decision here. Marco O'Rourke throwing in a beautiful lead line, and Owen Magner unfortunately making quite a few mistakes there. But looking at Owen Magner's lead once again, he also did a fantastic job giving Marco O'Rourke a great line to chase.
Still waiting for the judges.
Indeed.
And it looks like we have a decision come up on screen. Swipe him left for Marco O'Rourke, swipe him right for Owen Magner. And 1, 2, and can it be unanimous? Unanimous decision. Marco O'Rourke gets the win, and he'll be going on to the finals. But stay around, because Owen Magner will be going on to the 3rd and 4th place battle against Ernestas Jakublis. As you can see, our top 4 bracket has come.
Third place battle, Ernestas Jakublis versus Owen Magner. Now for these last few podium battles, if we get a decision and there is a winner, we will not announce it until we bring him down to our podium ceremony. So we will be, if it is an OMT, we'll tell you, but if it's not, you'll have to just wait for that answer until we finished our final battle as well. So Ernestas Jakublis in the lead position and Owen Magner in the chase. The judges, can we send them? Looks like we can. Look at that, hitting that green Ernestus Jacoboulos ready to send it here with Owen Magner tight in the chase position. Who wants the podium more? Here we go. Ernestus
big
looking
time.
really good in the lead, but Owen Magner all over in the chase. Still a little bit sloppy. Like, Owen Magner rolling over the inside of the course, bouncing in this car to the point where it upset it on the transition. Ernestus Jacoboulos looking really solid coming into this outside clip. Nicely done with Owen Magner finally finding his grip again and getting back into the pocket. But was it too little, too late? Ernestus Jacoboulos now going to be in the chase position with Owen Magner in the lead.
Yeah, very good battle in the first half. Owen making a massive mistake on that transition, but somehow staying off of him, and here we go.
Here we go. Owen Magner in the lead. Ernestus Jacoboulos in the chase. Here we go. Sending it in. Ernestus.
Oh my God!
Him all over. Look at that proximity, the aggression. Oh my God. Owen Magner. Oh. There was almost nothing you could do on that transition. Ernestus was stuck with him.
Yeah, oh my God.
Owen Magner finishing out the run. Ernestus just trying to keep the proximity. Owen Magner was quite slow going through that section, coming down off the first outside zone.
Wow. Sensation.
Absolutely, and Alex will let me know if the judges have made a decision.
Yes, I will.
But once again, if we do pick a winner here, then it'll have to wait until our ceremony at the podium.
That's why we wait, you guys can listen to the drum and bass playing in the background. Have a bit of a rave, you know. Put on your party hats, start jumping around.
Yep, we've gone from Scottish Virtual Drift Series to Grid Life Midwest.
But put your hand up in the live chat if you think that Mr. Austin here should do a Send It Driftland for our final battle. Just to ruin his voice even more. Not like he hasn't been shouting enough today.
Be present in the moment, keep focused.
Yeah, you can see in that chase position, and this just had nowhere to go. It almost looked like Owen let off a throttle and then just went again. Okay, now the decision would be telling you that, but we'll be going on to the final battle, which is the Battle of the Giants. Anthony Taylor versus Mark O'Rourke. And yeah, we'll be watching that battle any moment now.
Jason, I have no idea what that sentence means. Still, I have no idea what that
You got a bottle of bucket, didn't you yet?
I do not know what is happening. Oh man. Alrighty. It's Anthony Taylor and Mark O'Rourke, two giants for today. I cannot wait to send these guys here. Oh. Pick it back now, y'all. Oh, it looks like we're swapping them around.
And here we go. This is going to be the big final, guys. So everyone get ready, get your popcorn, and let's watch this till the end. Anthony Taylor in the chase position. Mark O'Rourke in the lead. Let's get ready to send it. Boston, you know what to do.
Ladies and gentlemen, you see the lights go red, lights go green. Let's send it Driftland. Marco O'Rourke in the lead position with Anthony Taylor in the chase. Look at that, putting the pressure on Marco O'Rourke in the outside clip. Nicely done. Marco O'Rourke doing a beautiful job with Anthony Taylor on the back bumper for that transition, putting it on the door. Look at this, practically abusing this door of that 880 Supra. Marco O'Rourke, though, throwing down one hell of a lead line. Anthony Taylor will not give him an inch, won't let him take a mile. We're gonna swap them around. Let's go. Here we go. Lights go green. Here we go. Anthony Taylor now in the lead position. Marco O'Rourke in the chase. Here we go. Side by side initiation. Anthony Taylor running a beautiful lead line, but Marco O'Rourke, the name of the day, he is putting it on the back end of that.
Look at that transition.
Not giving him any room to go here. Marco O'Rourke pushing him around the course. Anthony Taylor doing a beautiful job in the lead position as that lead car finishing out the run. Oh, man. Just
that is a
absolutely fantastic.
That is our final battle. We love to see Marco O'Rourke putting it on the door and Anthony Taylor putting down a splendid lead. That was insane.
Now keep in mind, if we do have a winner out of this battle, what we're going to do is we're going to head over to the driver's chat with the judges, and the judges will be announcing who takes the win for all three of these spots. First, second, and third. So, ladies and gentlemen, put it in the comments. Who do you think's going to take it? Who do you think has won this battle? Is it Anthony Taylor or Mark O'Rourke? Hey, Alex, your favorite James Bond is in the chat. You can see all my drivers doing some awesome three-man donuts. And if we do have a call here, we'll be heading over to the group chat.
Here you go, all three of them doing rings. But it looks like we have a decision for that battle.
So I believe that means we're going to be heading up here in a moment.
Yeah, we'll be waiting for the others to join that chat, and then we will go join them with them. Obviously, while we wait, we want to thank all our sponsors for today's round, everyone that has been with us, watching the stream, listening to all the staff in drivers chat, doing what they've been told to, and yeah, for making this another great round of SVDS, a way to kick off Series 2. And yeah, we'll be there to give you the results any minute now, as we're just waiting for everyone to get in. Okay, and we'll be moving over to the voice chat. And there he is. So, Austin, take it away. Oh, Cindy.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I have been sent our top 30 drivers, so we are in the chat now with the drivers that they can hear who has got the win. So we're going to start with our third and fourth place. Out of that battle, your third place driver is Ernestus Jacoboulis, has gotten third place here at SVDS round 1. And for our finals, the moment everybody is here has been waiting for, your first place driver and your winner of round 1 is Marco Rourke, meaning that Anthony Taylor gets second. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors and everybody on the stream for showing up. Marco Rourke gets the win in that beautiful A80 Supra, and Anthony Taylor falling for a very close second in that beautiful E92. There's your full bracket. Take a gander, take a look, see how your favorite drivers made it, and see how far they did. And we'll let Rise and any of them that want to say anything extra take it away.
I guess I would just want to say thank you to all drivers. The level of driving this round has been insane from every driver. It seems like you have all just stepped up. So it's very clear we're also stepping up as well. So very exciting season ahead, I think. I'm very, very excited to see what round 2 brings. So I'll see you all there. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, everybody.
I can't wait to make the after movie for this.
None of them boy, they no bad. None of them boy, they no bad.